Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why, that's LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer no vowels. And how are you doing this morning? I hope you are having a better morning than I am. It's a first world problem sort of thing, I guess. In that I started up my computer and my internet just did not want to connect, and then it did connect, and then the Wi-Fi wouldn't connect, and then it went, and then the Wi-Fi did connect, but the other stuff didn't, and the hard line didn't, and then everything reset, and then it was just a morning of turning it off, turning it back on again, and there we go.
Smith just redeemed Make Me Say a Vowel.
Oh, well, we're starting with that, are we? Well, we can do that. Well, 1 second. Let me go over to there. And yes, good appropriate time of the day to you, as I say. Also, no vowels. Let's fix that. Well, I don't know what to say to you. I really don't. Why would you have me come over here when I don't know what to say to you? I have no idea. Gotta really do my hands out there so you can't quite see them. I've really got to adjust the camera views, etc. for this properly. I hope that you are satisfied with the work that I put into this for you. But yes, that is not why we're here today. We're here today to look at, or to continue looking at, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. So it's 12:17 here, not really much of a morning for you. No, load that one, yes. There we go. And I messed up sleep schedule. Well, don't stay around and be up because of me. Only be here because of you. Get some sleep when you need it, he said. Not really making a lot of sense, but don't be here don't fuck up your sleep schedule to be here. It's not a wise thing to fuck up your sleep schedule to play games. Trust me. I know so much. Having, done that for so many years. So many years of staying up late or going to bed early just to play games. Whether computer games or, tabletop RPGs with people online. I know. Your plan is to sleep after work, then get dinner, do some stuff, then watch me for a few hours, then bed for a few more hours, and then work again. Wow. Get up, do work, go to bed, get up, eat, go to bed again. Or... That doesn't sound healthy, but hey, you know what you're doing. What is it? Work to live, not live to work. Yeah? The same applies to sleep. But still. There we are. I have done things. Said things. Oh, I tell you what I haven't done. I haven't changed. Well, let's hope that nobody, tries to redeem the reward for arrows away or anything else like that, because we're not playing that game. And I don't really have a separate one. Aha, I've turned them all off now. You cannot make me try and play the game with the controller upside down when there is no controller in the game. Only 6 or 8 hours of sleep and sleeping in multiple senses isn't usually a problem. I do that sometimes as well. But then I tend to find that when I get like 6 to 8 hours, I get 4 hours of sleep when I would usually get somewhere between 6 and 8 hours. But then I find that the next sleep that I take compensates for the other thing. So I would sleep for like 10 hours when, that's not really what I want to be doing. So, I guess I'm just old and my body is frail and needs its sleep. You know who doesn't need their sleep? You know who's not getting any sleep? Why, it's Gabriel Knight, right here in the game, who is plagued by nightmares. You've done it where you get 3 and 4. Yeah, I do it where I do where I say where I do 4 and then do stuff and then another 4, but then that makes up 8. But then my body says no, you need to make up all of the sleep that you missed for the first 4 hours. Apparently, I don't know. It doesn't work the other way though. If I go to sleep for 12 hours for some reason, that doesn't mean I only need 4 hours later. Oh, stupid body. How dare you be designed to keep me alive and not to keep me functioning. Or keep me happy, sorry. Never mind. Alright, Gabriel Knight, we were doing this thing. And yeah. I did cheat. I looked to see what am I trying to do, because I know that I needed to make these into a full pattern. But I could not remember how it works. And of course, it's the same problem that I always have with point-and-click games, in that I don't go everywhere. These are the places that I need to go. I can go to my home, I can go to the police station, I can get all the information, but then I miss an exit and don't see where I've got to go. And that's what I did here. As always, you should always remember, go everywhere. Who knows where you might go. So I knew what I was trying to do, I just didn't know how to solve the problem. But hey.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Oh, lack of Tim Curry voice. See, where I need to go is Jackson Square. Although, let's go to the casino as well, because we didn't go there. And I don't know if anything's changed. No, it's exactly the same. Unless somebody is not using the confessional now, we can go and confess.
Someone is in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait.
Maybe Gabriel wants to hear what they're confessing to. Alright, we'll exit to Jackson Square.
Oh, hey! Come back here. Hey!
There we go. The artist.
Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Drawing your attention to the new person who is right here. Hello. Or, let's go over here quickly. Sketch, there it is. Look at that sketch. Let's look at that sketch.
There's a drawing caught up against a statue.
What if we talk to the sketch?
Hey, float over here, would you?
The drawing ignores Gabriel.
Damn that drawing, how dare it. Hey, you're different as well, tap dancing man. Ah, brick!
What would the little boy do with that?
That's a little boy, is it? Okay. Doesn't look like a little boy. Alright. What a rude drawing, just completely ignoring Gabriel. Yeah. You know, he should at least say
thanks. A small boy is
I'm
tap
busy
dancing
right now.
enthusiastically for a doobie dog vendor. The vendor ignores him.
Can I? There we go. Pick up the boy.
That would be, at the very least, illegal.
I guess it would be to pick someone up. I mean, you're interfering with their life. I don't know what you would try, what that would be exactly. Hey, bars around the statue. Sure.
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Got any money?
Nope.
There you have it. No.
What if I can get you a dog? You do it for a dog, a hot dog, not an actual dog. Do you do requests?
Do you do requests?
Got any money?
Nope.
Something to eat?
No.
There you have it. No.
Alright, if I can get something to eat, that's fine. Nice dancing
You
for a
dance
kid.
pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Then don't block the view, mister.
You understand that people can view you from 360 degrees, and that wherever I stand, I will be blocking the view for someone. Yes? Or do you not understand of that? Okay.
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay then.
No, it's not a well-designed character, that's supposed to be a small boy. Yeah. I certainly don't think he's got the right height. And listening to the voice there. Yeah. Alright, hot dog vendor. How about I brick you?
The vendor wouldn't be interested in seeing that.
No, I was going to brick you over the head so that I could give this guy some hot dogs.
A doobie dog vendor has set up business in the square.
He's reading a book.
He has his nose buried in a paperback novel. Gabriel notices that it is not one of his. Big surprise.
Ah, dear. Doobie dog. I guess it's a brand of hot dog that they're doing. that is, you know, fictional.
Could I get a doobie dog, please?
Not now. I'm busy.
An unambitious person in the 90s. Amazing.
Hey, I was unambitious in the 90s. We weren't all power hungry, going for everything. Alright, well, can I steal stuff from your hot dog machine? No? You were a child in the 90s. I mean, I was still a teenager in the 90s, so, you know. I was unambitious.
Stupid wind. Now I have to start all over.
Oh, do I have magnets? I've got clay! Haha! Or a brick. Hello.
An artist is taking advantage of the fine weather.
Except it's too fine for him. Can I? No, I can't look at your art. Alright, hey, do you want a
That
brick?
doesn't work that way.
Alright, okay, then how about I talk to you? No, the drawing tools are amazing! Not the drawing is amazing, but the drawing tools are amazing. Congratulations on your fine purchase. You have made capitalism happy.
Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, you know, anything geometric.
I was looking
It's
for
pretty
that.
meticulous, but I prefer it to
Make
freehand.
become a master
Can
of the
you
fine
draw
arts.
anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered, complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
Hey, I wonder what I could do with all those pattern things I've got. What are you working on?
What are you working on now?
Just starting another drawing of the cathedral.
Okay, how's it going?
How's it going?
Life sucks. I just lost 2 days worth of work.
Good eye. Look, I have some clay. Would you like some clay? Yeah, would you like some clay? To hold down your drawings? I don't expect so. But, you know.
That doesn't seem to work that way.
Alright, okay. Well, what have we got? What do we do? I mean, we can't reach those, right? The kid could reach them, possibly, if we had some money or food. Oh wait, I've got a gift certificate to a...
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is.
Do you want a gift certificate, kid? So that you can buy some books? Oh, maybe you would like a gift certificate. As well, you're reading a book. But let's try it on the kid first of all, eh?
What would the little boy do with that?
Use it. Hey, hot dog vendor.
I have this gift certificate.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books. Finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you. If you'll give me a doobie dog.
A doobie dog for a $20 gift certificate? Sure, here you go.
Now I'll just put that in my pockets. Yep, that will still be edible. Hey, got a point. Look at that. What do you say about doobie dogs?
The doobie dog is plump and juicy.
Exactly, lint dog. Well, I was thinking worse things than that because it's going in the same pocket as all of this stuff. So maybe it's got a large snake scale stuck in it now. Or perhaps some hair gel. Let us combine hair gel with hot dog. No? That doesn't work? Ah, what a shame. Ew, indeed. That has mustard on it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of mustard. Or, I'm not a fan of mustard generally. But yeah, on hot dogs, it's just not what I want. I'll take just some tomato sauce on my hot dogs. Maybe I'll have some cheese sprinkled on top of it if it's a hot dog. But I don't really like, you know, like a chili cheese hot dog or anything. Just some cheese, maybe tomato sauce on it as the sauce of choice. But yeah. Like mustard dogs, these were ketchup and mustard, but you had to cut back on the ketchup. It's not what the mustard is doing in his pocket. I mean, yes, The same thing that the clay is doing in his pocket, or the brick, or anything else. Alright, hey, kid. Do you want a dog?
You wouldn't like a doobie dog by any chance?
Would I?
What do I have to do for the doobie dog?
Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
Get the sketch back. No, I was trying to talk to you. We'll just wander around in this thing. Special request.
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah, but I'm afraid it's not tap dancing related. It's
Can
get
you fit through the bars
statue.
around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach.
It's the horse's dick. Could you go and stroke the horse's dick for me, little boy?
Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure
I don't know where
thing.
that came from, but sure. I am making little boys do weird things for me. That's great.
Here you go.
Thanks, kid.
Yup. See ya.
Most people don't make statues hung like a horse. Really? Why not? I don't understand. Don't you want an anatomically correct horse? Not atomically. Well, you do want an anatomically correct horse. You want an anatomically correct horse. Hey, let's have a look at the things first of all, eh? What does it look like?
It's a technical drawing of St. Louis Cathedral.
Well, mostly correct. They don't want that level of detail. Well, they're wrong. It should be completely correct.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, hey?
You can. Let me hand you lake patterns.
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from this partial?
Okie dokie. Well, I might be able to reconstruct the pattern if I had more data. But this is just one small area of it.
Well, I've got more.
What is this from, anyway?
You'd never believe me.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright, well, I've got another one. Yeah, there we go, the Voodoo Files photocopy. You need that as
I
well.
have some more of those patterns.
Really?
All of the patterns.
Let's see. Yeah, these are great. I think there's enough overlap now.
Why did nobody else see
I'll give
that
it my
that
best
was,
shot.
You know,
I'll show you what I come
possible
up
to-
with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
possible to join them all up together. Alright, okay. So, there we go. I think we go home now. Tomorrow, yes. I know, it seems silly, but I mean, sure, I'm not going to say it's a 5-minute job, but you know, it seems that way. It seems like it would not take a lot of time to combine them all together. But what do I know?
It's
I'm
getting
not an
late.
artist.
Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Indeed, I was going to click on the thing to go home. Time for sleep. Or time for horrible, horrible nightmares. Sorry, that's what I meant. Stretch, yes indeed.
Smith just redeemed stream.
Go back so that I can do that. From that. Yes, that would. Yeah, so I left it on Panther or more. Dun 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 dun. What would I actually take to get those dreams so I can avoid it? I mean, your name has to be Gabriel Knight, and you have to be in a computer game, and it has to be to do with voodoo. So I think you're safe. See, and now we're on day 3. Drawn to the halls of learning, I sought there to conspire, but it was in the city of the dead. I found my heart's desire. No, if I hadn't fucked up the reading, that would have been fine. That kid! So good at Paperboy. Man, I am just amazed at what they can do. Hey, Gracie. What I want to know is when is my cursor
I'm
like that
so
gonna
glad you could
turn
join
into
us
a
today.
snake?
I've got messages when you want them.
Yay, messages!
I also checked out Casino. There
Yep.
are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
Oh my god, the white pages. Back in the days when there were phone
Are
books.
you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Molly Aghetti, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
No, we're doing voodoo,
Meow,
not insult.
Grace.
I'm serious.
Keep it
I
straight.
don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right, you should be jealous of Molly Aghetti. As should every woman on this planet.
I just...
Is that
Never
because
mind.
she's getting with
I'll
you?
just
Is that what
fix
your
these
ego
books.
is saying there?
Your life is in
Gabriel?
your own slippery little hands.
Oh,
The
you think she's
point
getting with
is
you.
to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
I'm glad we were thinking the same sort of joke. That's good. The fishy, Innsmouth, Call of Cthulhu, etc. You got really good at Paperboy. An online emulator back in the past. Never made it through the full week. It's ridiculous. Yes, I only ever played it on... I played it a couple of times in the arcades. The thing was up there, and I had a home port that I played on long before that on the Amstrad 464 machine, which had 64 kilobytes of memory. That's why it's 64 at the end there. My god. You don't know the unbridled power that it contained. So much. Alright, okay. We don't need another bit of coffee. What else have we got in here? Let's just have a quick look.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they are interrogating a suspect this morning, and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Somewhere there's a Norlands phone book missing one of its C pages. A flyer advertising Magenta Moonbeam, a local voodooienne. Her parlor is on the corner
Yes,
of
yes, I am, and I
Orleans
forgot.
and Dauphine.
Yeah, thank you. I muted it so that I could take a big yawn during their talk. But yeah, have you got any messages for me? No, you've given everything. That was it. And then I was saying, oh, you did all that research for me, which was ripping a thing out of a phone book. I was like, oh, it was so difficult to do all of that stuff. You know. Now I need a raise because I ripped a page out of a phone book. All of that research. Someone finds that, so they're going to see problems with it. Well, I mean, given some of the jokes I have said, I can't really get mad at you for that. Alright, let's go and pick up the sketches first of all, eh? Or make sure that you haven't gone mad when you put the sketches together and are crazy now in the park. Timed out for 500 seconds for making
See
a pun.
you later.
See ya.
I would have to mute myself all the time if that was a rule on here. The rules should apply equally. That's the museum. Still don't know where you are. Maybe we can go to you and do that. I don't know. Forget. Isn't that the appropriate punishment? I mean, I could just outright ban you. But don't expect that. Look, the guy was selling his dogs here yesterday, and he wasn't selling them there the day before. And he isn't selling them here today. So he must have a very lax business. Oh. Hello. What is this booth?
The booth is a colorful melange. It announces the owner as Madame Lorelei and gives prices for palm readings, $20, crystal ball gazing, $15, and birth charts, $50. Madame Lorelei lounges at the booth, fondling her snake.
Ah, are you a snake expert?
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
I mean, a boa, the clothing item, is a real item. Anyway.
Madame Lorelei seems less approachable when she's behind that booth.
Alright, no, we'll come back to you in a second. Let's go and get the thing first of all. Oh, I teleported. Hey buddy.
How's it
Come
going
on,
today?
boys.
What?
Hoopla!
Oh, it's only you.
Oh.
Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
Certainly
You
didn't
finished
suggest
it?
that at the moment.
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow. This is great.
Yeah, just don't, like, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
Thanks, boys.
I didn't mean to upset you.
Forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and, good luck.
There were too many adult games in your Steam Discovery queue to have the playing with their sake not stick out to me. I mean, yes. I didn't want to make any comment about Gabriel playing with his snake or anything. But yeah, you get up and go dancing so that I can look at your snake and compare it to the snake scale that I already have. But alright, let's have a look at the things while we're waiting. Reconstructed
The artist's reconstruction of the Voodoo Murders pattern looks accurate to Gabriel. Something about it seems vaguely familiar and creepy.
I mean, if it's meant to be, it was at a murder scene. They're not going to be painting happy bunnies there. And if they are, they're not going to no longer be wholesome and fun, are they? Let's try talking to you just right now, while you're sitting down. And I'll say, I don't want any of your stuff, and I don't have any money.
Madame Lorelei.
Nobody likes the happy bunny.
What can I do for you, handsome?
Oh. Nice snake?
That's a nice snake you have there.
Oh, I could say the same of you.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
I wonder if it's... No, it can't be at the, from the museum. About that snake.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
I really want to ask her, what's your favourite song now? And see if she says something Elvis related. But hey. Hey, how's business?
How's business?
How's business? I have no time for such dull conversation, darling.
Now about reading.
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
They seem a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing, but I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are.
Something, 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 snakes, something intimate, something, read my palm for nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Well, then move aside, sweetie, but stay where I can look at you, okay?
And yeah, she ain't nothing but a hound dog. That's right. Alright, get up and do something while I'm... Yep, there we go. Oh, you put your snake underneath there. Alright. Vacation band.
Come on, boys, hoopla!
Alright, can I...
Not a bad idea.
Alright, am I your intimate friend if I dance with you?
Baby, I love the way you move.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
I should lose points for that.
Thanks, boys.
Look, now I have a veil.
It's a silken veil.
Yes. It's mine now. And now...
The veil belongs to the fortune teller. It's covered with shiny, iridescent sequins.
Sequins, but not shiny iridescent.
Gabriel
legs.
is carrying a scale he found near the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, no, that.
Gabriel examines the veil with the magnifying glass. The fortune teller's veil is studded with sequins.
Yes, but it's also
the
got...
sequins look a little
I
strange.
was going to say, look,
Why?
that little
It's a
triangular bit in
snake
there.
scale.
Now we know whether or not it's the same one.
There's a snake scale caught on the veil. Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil.
And then jams it in his mustardy pocket. Oh, I hit all the buttons, that's why. I was going to say, why did you all go away? It's because I'm an idiot.
Gabriel has a scale from the fortune teller's boa.
Right, okay, can I combine them?
The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
So we know that your snake is not part of it now. You sure? Can I talk to you about your...
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Alright. What if I... Oh. Can I give you your veil back? And score more points? I don't know.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Oh, my veil! I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
Reading.
Well,
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong. Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Strong, yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
Yeah, I can open and
You
close
don't
my
know
hand
the
too.
half of it.
How very flexible.
Oh, good. I see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
There are forces. Oh, God. Beware. Beware.
What is it about me lately?
I was going to say, it's just the general reaction that every woman has to Gabriel. Well, I mean, let's pick up the... No, you're not going to let me pick up the chair so that people don't trip over it. Oh, well. Can I trash the
Gabriel
booth
wouldn't
now?
mind picking up a few extra bucks by using Madame Lorelei's booth while she's gone. But he doesn't know how to belly dance.
Such a shame. Alright, well, I guess maybe we'll go to... I mean, actually, no, let's go to the... I was going to say let's go to the police station and see who they're interviewing. But no, let's go to the museum and see if we've got more information from the Voodoo Museum with our pattern.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Snake hidden underneath. You can't see me even doing that. Hidden underneath my face there. So yeah. Hello, Dr. John. I have a reconstructed thing for you. Vivi? Vive? Vive?
Does this pattern look familiar to you?
Where did you get that?
You do recognize it then?
I have never seen it before in my life.
Are you sure about this pattern?
I am sure, Mr. Knight.
I mean, sometimes I will say, where did you get that? Things I have never seen before in my life. You know, like if it's a t-shirt or a fun set of dice or something and I want to buy them.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
But, you know, not generally. Alright, well, let us go this way. No, okay, I don't have the other cousin house to look at. Let's go to the police station now. Oh! The drummer is here as well. What a mysterious thing to have happen.
Hey,
You're
The drummer
everywhere.
looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
I'm sure that's not, you know, suspect at all. Hey, it's me. You know me. I can just go behind the gate, right? Straight into Moses. Well, let's go and have a look in the mirror.
The mirror reflects. That's all it does.
Yeah, I know. I want to go. Oh, I use it. Sorry, not look at it. See, that's how things work. Once a policeman has seen you once, they remember you forever and ever and know whether you're good or
mirror,
bad,
mirror
or
on
whether
the
they have
wall.
judged you good or
Who's...
bad.
Oh, never mind. I
So
already
then you
know.
can just go in and out of places that you wouldn't usually be allowed to go in and out of. Hey, Franks. You got anything to say? You got any news on how Mosley's doing? Who is the suspect they picked up? Anything?
Excuse me, officer?
Yes?
Never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Fine. I'll get back to work.
Who knows when they would have recorded new lines for all this. Alright, we'll go to Mosley's office.
Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects, that sort of thing.
I'm sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy, anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust
How
small-time
90s.
pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. He's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square pushing coke. He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. Have you been present at the so-called voodoo rituals?
I don't know nothing. Alright, I told you.
Come on now. You can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go.
Relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were in plain clothes.
Plain clothed. Like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murders?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. You tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you into the witness protection program. But you gotta earn it.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Oh, don't make me laugh. Oh, Jesus, just let me out of here.
Oh, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
Oh, by now they know I'm here. It's different when I'm supposed to come here. Oh, if I can send a message. Yeah. Tell him I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's freaking useless. Just take him back to detaining, would you, Tony? I'll tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum. Damn civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn, we can only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. You know, for the book, I mean. Hey, maybe you could punch it up some. You know, what do they call that? Fiction. That's it.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do.
don't think I mentioned it the last time we were playing, but the Mosley character, yeah, this police officer, he was played by Mark Hamill in the original. So yeah, you had Mark Hamill and Tim Curry, not exactly acting against each other because I don't believe they did booth recordings where there were more than one person at a time. I think they just did line reads. Alright, hey Mosley, have you... Well actually, let's just talk to you and
Can
see
I
how
ask
you're
you
doing.
about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How did they get such big name actors with the original? Were they just not that big at the time? I mean, it was in the 90s, so Mark Hamill was, you know, not a huge... I mean, he was still Star Wars. He's still known for Star Wars, but he hadn't been doing all his voice acting credits. He hadn't done the Joker or any of the other parts that he's famous for now. Before then, and you know, Tim Curry's always been a working actor. So you know, they got him to do stuff. I mean, Tim Curry, despite having been in lots and lots of things that are great, is not a huge big star, unfortunately, which is a shame. I mean, he's done so many different computer games already, hasn't he? He's famous for Command and Conquer, right? Was it Red Alert? No, Red Alert. Yeah, Command and Conquer. Yeah. All right. Hey, how's the case?
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
Sure as hell ain't going well. There sure are a lot of brakes being applied in different areas of the investigation. We're getting some real info on the victims now, and they're not exactly upstanding citizens. I was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless. We'll have to let him go tomorrow morning.
Indeed. Obviously, Tim Curry's most important one-on role was included in the movie as the butler actually exploring one of the endings. Yes, I mean, yes and no. He has been in so many different big films that there's a thing about I judge a person by where they know Tim Curry from, or where they know this actor from. And, you know, then there are all his various roles. I agree that Clue is one of his best. It's hilarious. Great. But, I mean, he was in Legend, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Congo, which was, you know, a big Michael Crichton film after Jurassic Park had come out. So, you know, he's been in other big things. Big-ish things, which, you know, haven't been universally accepted. I took that as such a minor thing. No, I don't think it was such a minor thing. I think it was a great cult classic for a lot of people, and they know Tim Curry from that. Most people know him for the Rocky Horror. Yeah, and I only probably vaguely recall him in a bunch of other things. Yeah, I think he always does a good turn in that. In whatever he's in, he's great. Tell me more about the case status again.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Yeah, he was in Muppet Treasure Island, obviously, and he was in. He's been in so many different TV shows as well, doing bits and pieces. I mean, he was in Monk, only as in one episode, I believe. Excuse me. And he was in a TV series called Lex, which is a science fiction thing where he played a poet, and that was a fun thing for him to do. When, you know, his usual Tim Curry off the rail sort of thing. It was great. Enjoyed that. And you bless me. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, okay, gonna show you these reconstructed things now.
Are you sure that's wise? Mosley would surely wonder where Gabriel got that and what he intends to do with it.
I mean, no. I remembered the pattern and then I copied them out myself. Because I'm a great artist, as well as being a great other thing. Alright, hey, do you want to tell me about anything in the phone book?
That doesn't work that way.
Alright, how about... What if... No, go away, go. No, yep, no, yep. Yep. Do you want to tell me anything about when this police photo was taken of you?
I have that photo of you graduating from the police academy.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. My mom loves that one.
Oh, you don't want to say anything else about it. Alright, okay. I could have sworn there was something else to be done here after that. But maybe not. Bye!
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
So it can only be held for 24 hours, so we might be able to find him the next day, possibly. You know, they're just setting up stuff. Oh, I should have talked to Tony. Never mind. We can go back in. Tony, do you have anything to say about what was going on, taking him down to these cells?
Officer, can I ask you some questions?
Desk sergeant's right over there.
No, fine. Alright, we'll go back onto our motorcycle and get off somewhere else. Things are great! Yes, Tony would say that, wouldn't he? Alright, hey, Voodoo Shop.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So very seductive. Do you guys figure out the French phrase this guy uses? Nope. Why would I ever
Can I
figure out
ask you
French
just a
phrase?
few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Nice weather we're having.
Don't bother me. Can't you see I'm busy? St. John Eve coming. I got to be ready.
But you said you weren't a thingy. You weren't a voodoo shop. You're just a touristy fake shop. So why would you need to be ready for that?
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur.
I'm going to
The
come in
price
once
is
a day and offer you
$120.
$50.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Alright, okay.
It's important that I talk to Madame Casino. You see, I'm doing some research and...
I can't tell you anything about her.
Alright, well, maybe if I show you this list of names instead.
Willie Walker might not like the idea of Gabriel trying to track down one of his customers.
I mean, he might not, but what do I care? Now. Something painting in the side of my nose. The side of my nose, that's weird. Alright,
A sign on the front door
she's
of
back on the
Magenta's
22nd.
home reads, "Attuning with the Spirit Realm," back on June 22nd.
which is the 4th day. Brum. I suppose Madame Casanel, being an old person, comes over here, does she?
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
I think so. What about this?
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
Alright. I want to look at my sketchbook.
Gabriel looks fondly at
No. Okay, I want to examine it, sorry. Oh no, okay. Oh, idiot. You know, Grace got the phone, I'll have to keep calling until I find the right one. Okay, so I need to just find a police phone. I just need to find a phone and use it, okay. Still need to learn more about voodoo. There must be an easy way to educate myself somewhere in the city. I forget to see Malia today. Or is it still hot for 15 minutes of fame? We've been there. Sketch artist did a great job. Research. I need research. Okay. Most of it isn't bad at interrogating as I thought. Some kind of hard ass, really. Oh, this guy Crash is terrified of his bosses. This is whoever they are. Real twitchy. Kept muttering about how he'd be in trouble because of the time he wasn't supposed to the police station. Felt a bit sorry for him. No, I didn't feel a bit sorry for him. Not with a name like Crash. I mean, his name necessitates he should die.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Get doing some research. Wait until he burns. Oh, I don't need to do that. Oh.
I have a pattern I need you to research.
It's not as simple as going over and right-clicking and say,
How
search
interesting.
for the source identity.
What is it?
Now with,
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims. The ones done in flour and blood.
Yuck. You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around. Who knows what these symbols mean?
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want, but check it out for me, would you?
I'll see what I can find out.
Yay! Points and research. Alright, I can go into my bedroom. And then I can use the phone. I should have gone somewhere else. Oh, well, I can't resist calling cauliflower.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Please hang up and try your call again. This is a recording.
Somebody called cauliflower. Come on. Cajun Critters Clinic, specializing in canine care.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Madame Casino.
Do you have a Madame Casino as a client?
Madame Casino? Sure, I know her. She's not
got
here
a dog.
right now,
Yes,
though.
of course.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
She's won a major prize. She's my aunt. I mean, either way, this is not going to work.
She's my aunt, and I've sort of lost touch.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel right about giving her address out. Goodbye.
I mean, if I was calling from the police station, maybe then. Also,
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
do you know anything about animal sacrifice?
Know anything about animal sacrifice?
What are you, some kind of sicko?
Oh, Gabriel, you're going to have great times.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Our doctors see just about any type of animals, but we don't get many snakes.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, wrong number.
Whatever.
I mean, you can't say that. Hey, do you know anything about snakes? We don't see many of them. Oh, I've called the wrong number. You said, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. No, it's the wrong number. Alright, let's just go down the list of Casanos. Look at those three.
Hello.
Is this the Casino residence?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
Doesn't sound like it's you then, does it? Oh, I missed you too. Oh well. I'll do that one next.
Hello?
Hello, I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro, be quiet. Who is this?
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like the right one, doesn't it? But you know, why would I not call all of the numbers? I'm not going to call all of the numbers in here. I'm just going to call all of the Casanos.
Hi, Casino residence.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
A woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Casino was inside it.
Dixieland drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Oh well. I mean, he's so good at all of these things.
May I help you?
Hi, you've won a customer raffle at the Dixieland drugstore.
No soliciting, please.
All right. Let's call the same one again.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Oh, I know all about you, Melissa.
About Madame Casino. I really need to get her address.
I just don't know. Why did you need it again?
I'm worried about Castro.
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. Well, I guess if you know Castro, it's okay. Her address is 345
We
Dopey.
learned Castro's
Thanks.
name by calling her up. And now we know! Huzzah! Points for us. Alright. Dance lessons for a dog. Yeah, don't you know anything? Of course you take them there. They can do the foxtrot. Give them swimming lessons so they can do the doggy paddle. A dog who does the foxtrot. Yeah, why not? It's another animal. I didn't just, say that thing because it sounded vaguely... I mean, they're not canines, but, vaguely animal.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
That wasn't me. No. Dog! It's the Casino residence. What a lovely picture we have of the dog. Let's go. 3, 4, 5. Alright, well, we're here. So we can look
Gabriel
at all the
stands
things.
at the door of an old quarter residence. The neighborhood is a little shabby, but this particular building is freshly painted.
I mean... No? Doesn't look like it to me. Is there anything else here? Windows. Well, let's always have a look at windows.
Tall windows flank the front of the mansion.
At least they're relatively closely related. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, it's just a spoiled dog. I mean, saying those sort of things was the kind of stuff that would get you in there. Hello, Madame Casino. I need to talk to you for reasons.
Yes? Who is it?
I'm a pet supply salesman. I'm a land shark. Magazine subscription, Voodoo article, wrong house, never mind. I'm a land shark.
Land shark.
You are no Bill Murray.
I mean, I know that's true, but it's still a hurtful thing to say. And my god, that would be a hurtful thing to say to Tim Curry.
Yes? Who is it?
Let's talk about Voodoo. Voodoo article.
Hi, I'm doing an article on Voodoo, and I heard that you are...
I'm a good Catholic young man. Take your evil influence elsewhere.
But I just have a few questions.
I can feel the evil eye. Go away.
No, that's just the dead stare of the pixels in my character model. Even though it's the 20th anniversary edition, I still don't look very lifelike.
Yes? Who is it?
Magazine salesman.
I have some fine magazine subscriptions for sale.
I'm selling you fine
Sorry,
leather
I
jerkins.
am not interested.
No? No fine leather jerkins? Oh.
Yes? Who is it?
I'm here as a pet supply salesman.
I've got some great pet supplies. Coochie coochie coo, little doggy.
Castro has everything he needs. Don't you, Castro?
Except dance lessons. He doesn't have dance lessons.
Thanks a lot, Castro.
I mean, why is it called Castro? Is it named after Fidel Castro? 'Cause that's not a great name.
Yes? Who is it?
That's not a great person to name you. Can we talk, madame?
Please let me talk to you, Madame Casino.
I do not talk to strangers, young man.
I'm not a stranger. I mean, I am. if. I told
Yes?
you it was about
Who is
voodoo
it?
again.
Hi, I'm doing an article on voodoo, and I heard that you are...
I told you no. This house is under the protection of the saints. Now, go away.
But what if I wanted to do that again? And here you tell me about the protection of the saints, and thus possibly hinting at the church. You know.
Yes? Who is it?
Oh, wrong house.
Wrong house. Never mind.
Fine, good day.
I have been knocking on your door solidly for the last, 5 minutes, coming up with various excuses. But now when you answer it, oh no, it's the wrong house. Sorry, I got it all wrong. What do you know? Can I? Oh, let's see. I don't have a white collar to combine with a. All right, we'll go back. And you'll talk to, someone. No? Is it in operation? Ah ha ha ha! Can go in today. I knew there was a point where I could go in. It's the confessional!
The confessional is about the size of a closet and is richly paneled in lovingly oiled cherry.
I don't know about you, but my closet, wardrobe, whatever you want to call it, is not that deep. I would love to have a closet that was that deep. It's probably wider as well than my wardrobes. Closets, whatever. But yeah. What else have we got in here? Neela. Is that what we're calling it?
A padded bench provides a soft place for supplicating knees.
Take it.
Gabriel can't take the kneeler.
Why not?
May I help you, my child?
No thanks.
No thank you.
As you wish. Please feel free to
The
stay
Neela
and
sounds like
commune
something
with
that
God.
decaps people, yeah. I wouldn't want to face off against the Neela. Shelf.
There's a small shelf under the meshed window.
And the window?
A meshed window provides access to the confessional from the priest's booth.
I want to take
The
it.
panel behind the mesh window moves from the other side.
Hello. I guess I'm going to kneel down. I don't have to do the kneeling in order to do it. There's just different
May
ways
I
of
help
doing
you,
that.
my child?
Can I have a blessing?
Could you give me a blessing?
Do you feel the need for a blessing?
You wouldn't
I'm
believe me
having
if I told you.
Horrible,
All right.
horrible nightmarish
If it will
dreams, so
comfort
yeah.
you,
The priest blesses Gabriel through the confessional window.
peace be with you, son.
Thank you, Father.
Is there anything else?
Yes, you sound a bit robotic, but hey. I want to ask you questions, but I also
I'd
want
like
to
to
do
make a confession.
to see what's
All
there.
right. If it'll make you feel better.
Frank Mosley, unpaid assistant, selfish person, overall apology, womanizer. Nope, that's it. Unpaid
I
assistant.
haven't paid my assistant for 3 months.
Have you had the money?
Nope.
Sounds like a matter for the courts, son, not the church. Is there anything else?
I'm still confessing it. I've pranked
I've done some pretty rotten things to my friend Mosley.
Rotten? What do you mean?
Practical jokes, insults, among other things.
I see. Are you sorry?
Well,
No, they were funny.
Pray for forgiveness and say 3 rosaries. Is there anything else?
Yeah, so many things. I'm a selfish person.
some people say I'm a selfish person, Father.
I
We
pick up
can
things
always
that I don't
strive
need.
to improve ourselves. Patterns can be broken.
Yes. Thank you, Father.
Is there anything else?
Yes. I've had impure
I've had
thoughts.
impure thoughts about a woman I met.
Impure thoughts? You mean thoughts of sexual relations?
You could say that, but worse than what you mean.
Worse? You mean extreme sexual relations?
Everything
Well,
was
not
extreme in
involving
the
animals
90s.
or anything.
Oh, well. Perhaps we should just leave it at that. Pray for forgiveness and say 10 rosaries. Is there anything else?
I thought rosaries were the thing that you hung around your neck. I thought they were a physical item. And I thought it was Hail Marys, you say. I mean, I am basing this off of media, like films and TVs and stuff. Because I am not Catholic and I don't give a shit about any organised religion whatsoever. They're all bollocks, because how could anybody, if there is a God, how could anybody understand anything about what we were? How could an ant understand what a human was doing? And conversely, how could a human understand what God was doing? And anything that we had got would be filtered through our impure understanding of it. Not that I believe there is a God anyway, but hey, there's been no proof of it. That doesn't matter. But yeah. My popular media consumption says rosaries are a physical item, and you shouldn't say rosary, but I don't know. And they are, and you're confused as well. Well, maybe this guy's not a priest.
I think I
mean,
just
that's
need
the
to
thing,
give an
yeah.
overall apology to the universe.
I see. Apology noted.
Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Yep.
I've had a lot of women, Father.
A lot? More than 10?
Yes, Father.
More than 20?
Yes, Father.
More than 40?
Yes, Father.
Son, I don't think this is a matter for a priest. I think you need a good therapist.
If we're counting therapists, then I'm up to at least, let's see, count the one, and, this might take a while.
My son, I'm afraid my lunch break is coming on about now. Pray for forgiveness and say 20 rosaries. On second thought, when you finish the math, say that many rosaries.
Gabriel hears him leave the confessional.
I should probably add one more rosary for that while I'm at it. I've been a bad boy.
Well, he's left, which means we can go in and hear other people confessing.
I've always wondered how the other half lives.
Let us go in there. I mean, you left your... No, you haven't left your collar. But look at that.
The priest's side of
confessional.
the confessional is made of well-oiled wood. There's also a box under the shelf on this side.
It's next to the shelf, it's not under it. You gonna tell me anything different?
The mesh window on this side has a wooden door that slides open to let the priest hear confession.
My hand seems to phase through my head sometimes. Never mind.
There's a box under the shelf of the priest's confessional. Inside the box, Gabriel finds a priest collar and some oil used for blessing.
Indeed. Time to disguise ourselves as a priest.
Inside the box,
I want to take it.
Gabriel can't use the collar while it's in the box.
I mean... Alright.
You never know when a priest's collar will come in handy.
And oil, you say?
Inside the box is some oil used for blessing.
It's mine now.
That oil is for holy purposes, not the sort of thing Gabriel would want to use it for.
You don't know. Maybe I will pretend to be doing good.
The mesh...
I looked at the next window. Hey, anybody on the other side? Can I hear your confessions?
He hears someone enter and kneel down on the other side.
Father, I'd like to make a confession.
Are you sure about that? I'm not actually a priest. Go on, my son. Let's hear the confession.
Go on, my son.
I've recently come into a large sum of money.
I don't really see a problem with that.
It's not that. It's how I got it. I literally found a suitcase of money. So I picked it up and took it instead of telling the police or trying to find who it belonged to.
That's in a local business, like the St. George's Bookshop. Give it to charity. There's no reason to feel guilty. Yeah, we're not going to earn all the points. There's no reason for you to feel guilty, my son.
It's a victimless crime. There's no reason to feel guilty.
I mean, it's not a victimless crime, but hey.
I was thinking, but I feel much better hearing it from you, Father. Thank you.
The man leaves the confessional.
I really should have asked him where he found it first.
Meh. Anybody else coming in?
He hears someone enter and kneel down on the other side.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Do go on.
I've had impure thoughts about men, Father.
Surely it can't be that bad. Say 10 rosaries. I'm not actually a priest. Say, surely it can't be that bad.
Surely it can't be all that bad.
Oh, it is, Father. No, I can't say that to a priest.
Don't worry about that, sweetheart. You say whatever you need to. In detail.
I mean,
You
I made the
don't
point.
sound like a priest.
But how can you cleanse your mind unless you fully express your sins, my child?
Aren't you just supposed to tell me to say rosaries or something?
We'll get to that. But first...
No offense, Father, but I think I'll try another confessional.
The young woman leaves the confessional.
Yeah, there you go. Why does he sound slightly Irish? Because he's pretending to be a priest. And you know...
Gabriel's calling is decidedly not hearing confessions. Not in a church, anyway.
Ah, well. Alright. I mean... Let's exit. Wonder if we can go in that confessional as well.
Someone is in that
Oh, no,
confessional. Gabriel will have to wait.
Alright, well, it's time to combine items. Dun, 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 dun. It's a priest disguise. I am definitely a priest. Now we will go back to Madame Casanel and talk to her. How are you doing, artist? Are you alright now? Are you still feeling weird?
Thanks again for that pattern.
No problem.
I'm not going to learn your name. Or, you know, call you a friend or anything. I mean, you're not exactly a friend, but, you know, you're somebody... If I spot you walking around, then, you know, it would be nice to wave and say, hey, how you doing, artist man? Oh, you know, or say your name rather than artist man. Alright, Madame Casanel. I am now a priest. Oh. I was hoping to get the thing come up so I could say, hey, I'm a priest. Maybe I can just hold up the collar, etc. and say, I'm a priest.
Yes? Who is it?
It's me. Wrong house, never mind.
Wrong house. Never mind.
Fine, good day.
Gabriel is carrying a black shirt and priest collar, which, surprise, surprise, does not belong to him.
Alright, can I put it on?
Gabriel is carrying...
Yeah. Oh, is there something else I need to combine it with? I don't think so. I combine it with a magnifying glass so that I can be, Father Dowling, or, oh! Who's the one? Oh, I can't remember the name of the... A famous series of books that had a BBC TV adaptation, which was played by one of the people who was in Red Dwarf. It's going back on.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Right, yes.
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
Okay, so you don't want me to change here. I thought, you know, I'll come home and not... Well, I mean, okay, I was trying to change in front of Grace. That was not exactly what I wanted. But yeah. I thought,
I'm
I know,
going
I will
out.
come and
Don't hurry back on my account.
change in a place and not in the middle of the street. But alright, we'll go and do it in the middle of the street. It's Gabriel.
This disguise is almost ready. I hate to say it, but I need to style my hair to be more... respectable.
Alright, well I've got hair. You don't want me to combine it with the hair gel, do you? You do. Alright, I thought... Priest disguise.
It looks like my priest outfit is complete.
Because obviously hair gel makes everything better.
Alright, but this is private.
Cover your eyes, everybody. Alright, I think we can come back now. Yep, there we are. Wow. Look how respectable he looks.
It's Father Gabriel.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Oh, I wanted to go and see... Damn it. I wanted to go and see Gracie looking like that and just have her have a reaction. Because I never tried that before. Alright, okay, we'll get all dolled up again.
All
Everybody
right,
cover your eyes
but
again.
this is
Nobody
private.
look. I'm definitely not peeking this time. Alright, hey Madam Casanel.
Yes? Who is it?
Father McLaughlin, apparently.
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you say? You must be new in the parish. I'm so pleased to meet you, Father. Do come in.
Thank you, my child.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Yeah, just to cover it off. Not to cover it off, but I mean, this is a... That is how you make a proper disguise and look like the person. Yeah? Or look the part. But this is the series that is infamous for the... Get some cat hair in order to stick it onto your face to have a mustache so that you look like a police officer. Or you look like Mosley. Even though in the picture he doesn't have a mustache at all. And that is in the third game of the series. But that is where they degenerated to, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a proper disguise, and you know, later on in the series they just have the horrible one. Okay, what have we got that we can look at? Painting.
It's a painting of a pretty young lady in old-fashioned clothes.
What if I talk to this painting?
Madam in younger days?
Good heavens, no, Father.
What about this one? Is this you in younger days?
The painting behind the couch is a Madonna and child.
Coffee, chair. Let's look at the chair.
The upholstered chair is less comfortable than it looks.
Yeah, that's a shame. What about your tea set?
The tea service has been polished recently. Madame uses it with her Creole sisters, perhaps.
Maybe. I mean, I'd quite
A
like to
low
look at
wooden
those.
coffee table sits in front of the sofa.
I'd quite like to look at those mints. I could do with a mint.
There's an old-fashioned jewelry box on the coffee table.
I am a priest. It's mine now.
Father McLaughlin would never steal from one of his flock.
I mean, alright.
The sofa is velvet, and it is wearing nearly as much of Madame Casanau's face powder as Madame is herself.
What if I want to take the couch?
That looks a little large to carry around.
Well, I can fit anything in my pocket. Alright, wall. What are you going to say about the wall?
Madame's parlor is full of carefully dusted and polished relics of her past.
Yeah, because wall does not mean wall. Yeah, okay. There's a plant. I thought we could look at the book, but no.
The plant looks healthy, despite Gabriel's vague impression that Castro makes great use of it. An old table lamp with a fringe shade gives off what little light there is in the parlor.
Castro makes use of it. I was thinking, what kind of use could this human have for that plant apart from looking at it? But no, we're talking about weighing in it as a dog. Yeah, alright.
It's a large antique cabinet. It's probably worth something.
Well, then in which case I want to open it.
Madame would think Father McLaughlin was suspiciously snoopy if Gabriel did that.
Yeah, well, I don't care. Oh, there's the rosary. See?
Madame finds comfort in these iconic images, it seems.
And candles.
Madame seems to like candles. Gabriel wonders if these too are specialties of Mr. Walker's shop.
We haven't looked at Castro, that's the only thing. And we haven't interacted just with the tea set.
Castro, cute as a flea on a piece of fruit.
Oh, I guess we haven't done
Madame Casanau looks fragile and pale under a thick layer of face powder. If Gabriel's not mistaken, she's a slice short of a loaf. Madame Casanau would not appreciate that.
Would she not? I think she would enjoy being petted by a priest. I mean, like, they're there.
Gabriel's impersonating a priest.
Yes, he is. Alright, well, hey, it's time. No, coffee set. Or tea set.
If Madam wants to serve tea, she'll do the pouring.
Oh, well, I thought I wanted it. What a
Nice
lovely-
doggy. Good Castro.
Alright, time to talk to you, I guess.
Do you mind if I ask you
unfortunately.
a few questions, my child?
Of course not, mon
I mean,
père.
I've spent, what, 5 minutes looking around your house, just sitting there. Alright. Animal masks. I mean, that's not it. Hello. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I am Creole. My family has been in New Orleans for over
Anything
200
Christmas,
years.
puts her in her pockets.
Real
Yeah, exactly.
New Orleanians are French, you see. These days, the city is overrun with people with no heritage at all. No offense, Father, but it's true. But the French, naturellement, will always be the true blood of New Orleans.
Not the Native Americans, no. Alright, okay. Tell me more about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, Father, I don't know what else to say.
Why have you got a dog? Do you know anything about snakes? I see you're an animal lover. You don't happen to know anything about snakes, do you? Oh, I was just needing to find something out about them. If you don't know, it's fine.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes, they're evil creatures. Did you know that evil people can send them into your dreams? They can.
Well,
That's why I never sleep.
Right, thanks.
never, ever. Know anything else about snakes?
Do you know anything else about snakes?
It would be bad luck to talk about that anymore.
Tell me about New Orleans then, as you enjoyed New Orleans. Never sleep. That sounds insane. Yeah, who would not try to sleep ever? Did you know would stay up watching weird videos on the internet or doing other strange things?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
The only true New Orleans are of French origin, you know.
I wonder if you
My
know something
family
about the
were
phrase
among
that is
the
in yellow.
original settlers of New Orleans. They came here from France. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now it barely hangs on by its fingernails.
Do you know anything about the Voodoo Murders that have been happening in here? I'm a priest, you know. I'm investigating it.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Voodoo Murders? Ha! They are nothing new to me, Father. They happen all the time. I hardly go out anymore. It's too dangerous in the streets. They can get you anywhere, you know. Even here, in this room. But I try not to let them know about me. That's the best way.
Alright, tell me more.
What else do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Shh! They'll hear you.
Alright, what do you know about St. John's Eve? No, let's leave her at Marie Laveau. Animal masks. What do you know
Do
about
you know
animal
anything
masks?
about animal masks?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
You really should. You really should learn more about animal masks for Castro. You know, you put them on you put them on your dog's face, and it will rejuvenate it. Yeah, it will make him feel younger and sprightlier than he's ever felt before, or not since he was a puppy. Yeah, and I happen to have some in my case over here. They're only $50 each. Yes, let me sell them to you. Yep. Those are the kind of animal masks I was definitely talking about. Hey, how you doing? Let's just have a chat.
It's so nice of you to invite me in.
But no, mon père. I am always happy to see one of the good fathers.
Do you find the weather to your liking?
It's terribly humid. I only go out in the morning and the evening.
Never during the midday sun. Mad Dogs and Englishmen only go out in midday sun.
What a delightful little dog
Those
you
are the
have.
bad fathers.
Ah yes,
I mean,
Castro is my boon companion.
that sounds a lot like most. I was going to say most of the Catholic Church, but you know, most of the Catholic Church that gets reported about in the papers. Or other news sources, I guess, because it's not the papers anymore, is it?
Aren't you a member of the Creole Grand Arms?
Why yes, we do much charitable work in the community, you know.
Have you been attending Mass regularly, my child?
Oh yes, Father. I attend Mass every morning. Many don't these days, you know.
You're dedicated, madam.
Alright, it's time to start asking about horrible voodoo-related things, which you will deny knowing anything about.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, her. I could tell you about her. Voodoo Queen? Ah! My great-grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau. She knows the truth about her.
Oh, that's good to know. Every morning you thought Mass was once a week. I don't know. I thought Mass was done once a week and on special occasions, but don't know.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
No, I won't say anything more. Not to you, Father. I'm sure you mean well, but you are an outsider.
Alright. Well, then I'll have to pretend. Caprice encore. Go on, let's do this one.
Do you have any idea what Caprice encore means?
Maybe. I know. I bet you do not know, Father.
No, I don't. You're right. That's why I asked. Don't eat the chili. That's too bad. Don't you know what it means? No, I don't. Don't eat the chili. I'm not going to do that. As much fun as that would be. No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Just as I thought. You shouldn't talk about things you don't understand.
No, I don't understand. That's why I'm asking you
About
to tell me.
Caprice encore.
Oui? Are you going to tell me what it means, Father?
You mean you don't know what it means?
Of course I know what it means. Do you?
I wasn't born yesterday, Father. I won't tell you what it means if you don't already know.
Alright, well, let's keep on
That
going.
Caprice encore thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
Yes, it means don't eat the chili.
It means don't eat the chili.
Shows how much you know.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of asking what it means? I mean, yes, but maybe it's a secret passphrase for things.
That Caprice encore thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
That's too bad.
It means that's too bad.
It's too bad you don't know what you're saying, young man.
Alright, what about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
People think I'm just a foolish old woman, but I know the things they do. My family's been in New Orleans since 1750, so I know more than most. Voodoo people are all over the city, in the shops, everywhere. They'll curse you like that, and most people don't even notice. Spit on your bread at the bakery. Take strands of your hair at the store when you try on clothes. Oh, you have to be so careful. But I know their ways, so I can protect myself. I know how to use the magic too, and I can counteract their evil spells.
How can you counteract the evil spells? Why don't you tell me? And this is American by showing, but damn, does that 1750 sound like nothing? Look at the history of Europe, you know. Any Native American actually from America. Yeah.
Tell me more about voodoo in New Orleans.
It's just plain evil. It's dangerous to even discuss it.
No, alright. Tell me about St. John's
What
Eve.
can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Oh, St. John's Eve, mais oui. I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at St. Louis Cathedral. Of course, it is also a night of great wickedness, worse than All Hallows Eve. They will corrupt anything, Father.
They? They who?
Oh, you know.
What else can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
No.
I don't think I should say any more about that.
Alright, and you're not going to say anything more about
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
No, I won't say anything more. Not to you, Father. I'm sure you mean well, but you are an outsider.
Alright, well, but when I know what Caprice Core is, you're going to do all of this. Okay, what if I show you some stuff? I mean, I cannot recall. What if I show... No, I can't show you things. Alright. I want to show you the murder photo. It's not the 22nd, so I can't go and talk to you about that. Well, I found you, at least. I guess I'm leaving.
Well, madam, I must be going.
Of course, Father. I know how busy you must be tending your flock.
Yep. I have so many sheep. Now, as a clean-cut priest, time to get on my motorcycle. And
I'm not
ride
going
out.
back on the street looking like this.
Vroom. I think I tried showing you the complete circling pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I keep going to the top of the screen because that's where it always is in everything else. Hey, see this?
Do you recognize this pattern?
Don't look familiar at all, monsieur.
He said. I got the address. Curious what she knows about voodoo. So much as other not much knows enough. Should trust Willie Walker if she won't trust a nice man like me. Yeah, okay, we got in. Please get to widows. Okay, that's all the stuff from the previous day. Here we are, day 3. It is. I didn't see the title. I thought there were more pages. Hope I get to see Marlian today. Alright, well, maybe we'll go over and try and get in again for no reason. So I cannot recall. The Getty image. Hello. Do you want to talk to me? Perhaps it's your butler. Perhaps it's not your butler. Perhaps butlers should not talk to me. Hello.
May I help you?
Yes, it's me.
It's you. Ms. Getty is not at home, sir.
Can you tell me where she is? It's very important.
She's visiting her mother's grave, Mr. Knight. Something even you can't be tasteless enough to want to interrupt.
You don't know me very well now, do you? I mean, come on, butler man. She's not at home for you. She's probably given you instructions to not let this man in. And yet now you have told this person where she is. And yeah, I can be that tasteless. Exactly. To the cemetery! Dun, 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 dun. Hey! Cemetery number 1! Exit to Getty Tomb. What a surprise bumping into you here! Who would have thought that you would be right here where I am? Oh.
Malia?
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
I'm visiting family
my
too.
family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
Unnoticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else.
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Whatever for?
I can't stop thinking about you. I've been in your thoughts too. I can see it in your eyes.
Mr. Knight, you don't know anything about me. I'm not in a position to get involved.
I've said that a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know we can't fight it. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I have so many obligations. My family is very traditional. You wouldn't understand.
Hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof 100 times.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you got more money than God. Do you think I care? Do you think that's why I'm saying this?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come see my world? I've got a little bookshop, St. George's on Bourbon.
I know.
See, I knew it. You're crazy about me too. Come by tonight. Please? My world isn't so bad.
I'm sorry, but there's no place for someone like you in my life. Not now, not ever.
Damn it.
And you're walking away not towards the thing. Well, there we go. We got some points. Did you happen to not lock the door? Do the points do anything? No. Or at least...
The plate is in locked
I don't
position.
believe so.
There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't
There
operate
certainly-
that without a key.
There certainly wasn't a huge grand prize for getting them all at the end. They're just a... Not in the original anyway. They're just an indication of how well you are doing. Oh, I guess how well you are doing, or how closely you are sticking to the story that they want.
I don't need to go visit the family tomb today.
No, but it'd be nice to, all the same. Let me in! Let me shake the doors!
The doors are heavy and shut tight.
What if they were heavy and open? Do you see Miss Getty walk past there? I mean, that is so... I hadn't really thought about this, but Getty is the name of a... or...
Could I have a
Getty
minute
is
of
the
your
name,
time?
Is the surname of
What
a
you need,
podcast
boy?
that I listen to as well, so every time it says the Getty too, I keep thinking of the podcaster and not the character in there, even though, you know, I've known the character in there for more years than the podcast has been going, so it's just weird. Are there any other marked tombs? I mean, we've asked you all of this before, that's why it's all
What other tombs got
thingied
marked?
out.
Can you show me?
No, I ain't one for naming names.
Also heavy
I
and
don't
shut
like to
open.
encourage that kind of thing. It's distressing to the families, and rightly so.
Alright, the doors were shut open, thanks very much.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us,
Hey, Dr.
Mr.
John,
Knight.
I talked to you before you even traded in. Is there anything more to say to you? Because I am certain that there is something that I was missing here.
Could I ask you some
cannot
more
recall what it
questions?
is.
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
I can't ask you about Kaveri Senko. Okay, I find our dialogue stimulating too. That's why I'm saying exit and then leaving. I mean, there's... Tries to find it. There's the snake under there. And I know we need to investigate the snake. Are you gonna...
Gabriel has no interest in the noisy fan at the moment.
Alright. What if we look at the...
A very large, very formidable looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Yeah. And when we did turn that on, it absolutely freaked out.
There's a beaten up old fan in the window. It's silent at the moment.
Yeah, I know. But I cannot recall...
The fan might operate, but not in that way.
My memory from... Well, it's got to be 30 years ago. I got to played it in the 90s when it originally came out, yeah. Not remembering this. This is weird because I know how to do Broken Sword, and that came out roughly the same sort of time. And I can remember all of the bits on how to do that. Or maybe not all of the bits, but I can remember all... I can certainly, if you put it down in front of me and said, what have you got to do in this scene, I'd be able to half remember what I was trying to do. But this one, I am really struggling to remember where we go and what we do in these. Which is a shame, because I know I played it
Thanks
and really
a lot.
enjoyed it.
Bye now.
Come back again.
I mean, I don't really want to... Okay. She's back from the tomb, so let's go and see her again. Hello, Butler Man. It's not Miss Getty that I'm interested in. It's you, Butler. That's why I keep knocking on the door, hoping that you will answer. Every time you do, my heart just skips a little bit faster. It might be a cardiac arrest, but...
I told you, Ms. Getty is out.
Yeah, but she's not anymore. Unless she did go to the bookshop.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
No, that's just general life, I'm afraid.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I can't think of anything. I mean, I cannot
can't
get you
think of
to
anything.
research this simple 3-word phrase in French. Nope, that's not a thing. Right. Let's look at the bookshelf again. There's all of those. And I can't do anything with these. I guess, how about try combining?
The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah, I already knew that, didn't I? Yes, done that already. There's a German English dictionary.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Spiel means game. Interesting.
We knew that. Or, sorry, that is one of the few words that I know.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Himmel means heaven. Huh.
Yeah, hence Gott im Himmel. Which is the thing that was always in war movies. Gott im Himmel when you shot Germans.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Himmel means heaven.
You do it.
Huh.
And then we got the lyrics of the German poetry again.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf, die Seele wühlen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Thank you very much. Yeah, where's our French dictionary? We don't have one? Books.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel. Gabriel can't see any way to pick that up.
Gabriel can't see any way to pick up books. And he works in a bookstore. I suppose he's a manager, moving books around and touching the actual product. That's not for him. That's for his employees. Ugh. Who else would want to touch them? Yeah. Alright. There's nothing in here, is there, that I am missing? Books.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk.
Have we got a French dictionary?
Gabriel doesn't feel like reading right now.
I mean, I would do if it was a thing. I mean, we could go to Mardi Gras. I mean, everybody. Bills. Oh, I don't think we looked at bills when we were in here
Bills
before.
from last Christmas gathered dust on the floor.
From last Christmas. Wow, okay.
Gabriel couldn't pay those bills when they were due, and he can't pay them now.
I mean, maybe you can. Well, there was cheese in the fridge, wasn't there? And champagne? No, there's not going to be champagne in there. What else was in there?
Gabriel, shut that refrigerator, please. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Women.
But maybe I want something from that refrigerator.
A little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it.
Yep. Anything new on the radio while we're puzzling things out?
Do you have men problems? Someone put a hex on you? Call Sister Cross. Through the power of love and the Lord Jesus Christ, she can fix what's ailing you. You're listening to KLEB in Nolens, where we play the best music 24 hours a day. At Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every title 50%. When you see our selection and prices, you'll never want to shop with those little guys again. The Creole Grandams will hold their annual Gardenia Festival and Tea this coming Tuesday at the Sons of Burgundy Hall. Admission is free.
Oh, wow.
Do you have men problems?
We can talk to
Someone put a hex on you?
what's her face about?
Call Sister Cross.
Mrs.
Through the
was going to say Mrs. Creole. Well, that's not name. Casanel. Sitting at memories, it refills it. I knew it. She'd see it in her eyes. She'd barely keep them off me. But no trembling just to be close to me. Damn, you should just stop denying it. Could try calling the Sister Cross. Yes, I know, but we don't know the Sister Cross. But, I mean, I can use the phone? And will you bring up all the... maybe Cross is in there, because it was the C page. No. SeaWorld Travel Agency. Let's go somewhere.
Hello, See the World Travel Agency. How may I help you?
See the World Travel Agency. Get me out of here!
Can you just get me out of here, please?
I'd be happy to send you anywhere, sir, but I need a destination.
Anderson, Indiana.
I always wanted to visit Anderson, Indiana.
I'm so sorry, but you can't get there from here.
Classic.
How much for a trip to the Caribbean?
Well, our least expensive trip is 4 days, 3 nights in St. Croix for $1,250. Of course, we have much nicer packages available.
I'm sure your packages are astonishing, but that's out of my league.
Is there something else I can help you with?
Yes, specials.
What are your specials?
Well, our least expensive trip is 4 days, 3 nights in St. Croix for $1,250. Of course, we have much nicer packages available.
Well, that's certainly special.
Wrong number. I mean,
sorry, wrong number.
Okay.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Canker, C-A-N-K-E-R, Canker, C-A-N-K-A. This web pages isn't in alphabetical order. What a horrible discovery. And yeah, Cankersaw. That's what I was thinking of as well. But Canker, it's not in alphabetical order. What a horrible thing to do. And then look. C-A-N-A-V-N-O, maybe? But it's definitely C-A-N-A. That should be going before Cankar and Cancur. My god. I don't know. Unless it's... No, that doesn't make any sense. Kankoa, Canoa. No, okay, that makes sense. It does work. What a horrible thing to discover, eh? That your white pages isn't quite as good as you thought it was. Can I 911 again? I mean, you're going to tell me that
pass.
You'll pass. Okay, so this time you actually have a thing for it. Fine. Oh yes, we're at the bit where turning the radio on. Oh, sorry, using the phone turns on your radio. Maybe that was me calling 911.
Those of you who are out there listening to these radio waves of comfort, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I might have to use the hint system, because I cannot recall what I am missing here.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
I know it's trying to... I need to know what the...
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs until June 21st.
Isn't it June 21st?
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd.
Right, that's 4 days. That's day 4. Let's drive back
Hey,
to
Grace, here I am.
Oh.
Oh boy, party time.
Damn it. I didn't look at the newspapers.
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Yes, today's newspaper. I should have been looking at that, and I didn't look at it yesterday either. So I missed out on the points for that as well. Or the information it provides, at least.
Times dated June 20th, 1993.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Gabriel
No,
scans
this is
over
day
an
3, and we started on the
uninteresting front
18th.
page.
18.
Under the
19,
cultural
20.
events section, there's a notice about a lecture on
21.
African
Okay, yes.
religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change your course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
Yeah, see, I missed out on the points for yesterday's newspaper. See, and it's just, hey, how much you are keeping with the plot that they had for you, or finding all the indiscoverable objects. French Quarter with a Spanish twist. The French Quarter, New Orleans' oldest and most famous neighborhood, is known for the raucous party atmosphere of Mardi Gras. But the quarter is far more than a week of beads and bourbon. Founded in 1718 by Jean-Baptiste Bienville, it was the original center of the city, not the dead center. Despite its name, much of its architecture is influenced by Spain, after many of the more French-influenced structures were destroyed in the Great New Orleans Fire of 1788. Cultural events for today noon. Don't miss out today's public lecture at Tulane University on African religions. It's given by Professor Hatridge of Tulane University. Alright. Well, there we go. I mean, it's Sunday. Places shouldn't be open, but alright.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Too late. Brum brum. There we go. Now we can
It
get
looks
out
like the lecture is just starting.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading, under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of these subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits, instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all these spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices: animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. This is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezuli, the mistress of love, Papa Nebo, or Gede, the lord of death, Awe, the spirit of water, Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the Lord of Destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called Houndfors. Their priests, Houngan or Bokors, their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voodoo Houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a pt2. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems or animal masks and markings was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves included the ritual gourd, or asan, the ritual knife, or kubasa,
That knife gives me the chills.
the ritual whip, or fouetcache, and the ritual coffin, or seke madule. These items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any Voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She goes out of her house at night, sees many things, and tries to get butterflies, and at night again she sees other things, including fireflies.
Gabriel?
What? Can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
Hide, Gabriel, hide.
No! Let me out! Help!
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my god. Sorry.
I'm so glad we came around here. Hello! Well, there's a speaker. There we go.
There's a PA speaker on the wall. The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
Well, I wanted to look at the door. Lecture hall. Well, that's you in general.
Gabriel's in one of the lecture halls at Tulane University.
Oh, look! I mean, it started at midday, and now it's 10 to 4. I mean, I would expect people to drift off if you're just droning on for that amount of time.
A projection screen dominates the front of the hall.
Podium.
The podium, Hartridge's throne.
I want to use
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture.
Yeah, he is. A lecture of how to be a priest.
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture.
Screen exit sign.
A lighted sign says exit.
I mean, yes, it does. Hold on. Then exit to map. Alright, I guess I will talk to you and show you things I know and have.
Dr. Hartridge is sharp-eyed and even sharper-tongued. When he condescends to look at Gabriel at all, it is with a dismissive glare.
Alright. Tell me things.
Are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
You might have read my books.
You've already interrupted and slept through my lecture, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here. If you figure it out, let me know.
Yes. I mean, Caprice Court, maybe you'll know that. But, you know, I just thought I'd generally chat with you.
Your lecture was terrific.
What I remember.
Oh, you think so? You were snoring so loud, I didn't think you'd heard it.
Well, I mean, that's just how it goes.
You must travel a lot.
Yes, to Africa mainly.
I'm very interested in voodoo myself right now.
How nice for you.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
All right, Mr. Knight. I'm 35, a fully tenured professor at this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge. My doctorate was obtained at Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse, in religious studies. I'm an agnostic, but I find human belief systems fascinating. I specialize in African religions because I grew up there. My father was a Protestant missionary. And I am heterosexual, when I practice sex at all, which isn't very often. Any other questions?
Oh, no.
Fine.
That was rather thorough, thank you.
I'd really like to know more about you.
There have been several articles written about me, Mr. Knight, as well as blurbs on my book jackets. If you want a biography, read.
That's where I know you from. Yes, of course. I own a bookstore. That's where why your face is familiar. Yeah, I'm sure we stocked some of your stuff and have had it in previously. It's all sold out now, but, you know, when we get it back in, I'm sure they'll be flying off the shelves again. He said, trying to butter up the professor, having fallen asleep in his lecture. Hey, so I've got a load of stuff to talk to you about. Primarily snakes.
Do you know anything about snakes?
And how they
I'm not a
are
zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about reptiles.
But do you not know how they're used in voodoo rituals or anything? No? Tell me about St. John's Eve, which is coming up
What
soon.
can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. But June 23rd has been a sacred day since the earliest times. Ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent on that day.
A burning wheel. Huh.
How silly of them to have a burning wheel pushed down a hill like that. They should be doing it with a cheese. Chase the cheese down the hill, and whoever gets to the hill, the bottom of the hill first, wins the cheese. You know, a perfectly ordinary custom that we do here in England, or we did do here in England. I think it is done unofficially now because of the number of health and safety stuff that was going on by just ragdolling down a hill to chase the cheese. No, I'm not sure. I would have to double check that. Tell me about New Orleans, the city in general. Do you know anything about that? Do you? Come on, you must know.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasional fragment of voodoo practices in the everyday culture of New Orleans.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
The Catholic Church has always dominated in New Orleans, and its imagery, in turn, has dominated New Orleans voodoo.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
If there's more you wish to know, perhaps you should read my books.
Hey, I fell asleep in one of your lectures. What do you think I'm going to be able to read your books for? Anyway, tell me about animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African voodoo religions.
Yeah, I know. I definitely heard that. What about views?
Do you know anything about veves?
Veves.
If you'd taken notes during my lecture, you wouldn't have to ask.
Yeah, but you were so boring.
Tell me about Damballa.
Damballa is one of the major Rada Loa, also known as Damballa Wedo. He is an ancient Dahomian rain god, often represented as a large boa constrictor. Damballa is the most powerful and most violent of the Rada Loa. The Rada Loa are typically benevolent, as opposed, say, to the Patro Loa. He is still worshipped heavily in Haiti, and when voodoo first started in New Orleans, the early conclaves were reportedly based on the worship of the great zombie, the great serpent, Damballa.
You got more about Damballa?
Tell me more about Damballa.
I have extensive courses in the Loire running next semester. Perhaps you should take one of those, Mr. Knight.
I might be dead by then, sorry.
Tell me about Ogun Badagri.
Ogun Badagri is one of the Patroloa. The Patroloa are much more violent than the Radaloa. Some people believe the Patroloa originated in Haiti, but I have found some evidence that the Patroloa were African as well, though worshipped only by a small voodoo tribe, and a very bloody one.
Tell me more about Ogun Badagri.
He is a chief nasty, Mr. Knight. He is the spirit of war and destruction.
I'm impressed that you know my name, Knight, begins with a K. But hey, there we go. And not the spelling of day and night.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
I've read about them in the papers. I must admit to some interest. But according to the newspapers, the voodoo aspect is faked, so I haven't really pursued it. You know how Americans, especially Hollywood, treat voodoo. I'm sure there are many so-called practitioners out there that have no idea what they're doing or the power they're playing with.
What about voodoo in general?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps next time you could stay awake and learn something.
What can't you tell me about voodoo? What about Marie Laveau?
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat interesting, from a sheerly intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true voodoo practices.
Alright, and now you can tell me what Caprice Encore means.
Do you know what Caprice Encore means?
You, the English
Caprice
person
Encore?
in here.
Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in voodoo are usually of the animal variety. Chickens, bulls, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
Oh, tell me more about human sacrifice. I think you're starting to reach my limit. We'll likely finish up this conversation and then go to bed.
Tell me more about
I'm
human
surprised you didn't fall
sacrifice.
asleep during the lecture.
It's very rare. Most voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible, if that's what the gods demand. For example, one of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Ezuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Ezuli is the gentlest of Loire, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Houngan tremble before possession by one of the more violent Loire, such as Papa Nebo. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that Loire will simply take it for themselves.
More on human sacrifice.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
If somebody comes up to you and says, tell me more about human
Most
sacrifice,
voodoo
be
sects
wary of
probably haven't seen a human sacrifice for several generations.
Alright, and if I say that, you're just going
What
to give
was
me
that
the same.
translation for Caprice Encore again?
It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
Exit. Alright, and before we finish off this conversation with you, do you happen to recognize this?
Can you tell me anything about this?
Wow.
You're a learned scholar and
Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back. Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating veve. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself.
Have you heard of the Voodoo Murders?
No. You're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, are they wrong.
You think this veve is authentic?
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I'm undercover. You can contact me at St. George's Bookshop in the quarter.
All right. Now, I'd like to get
connected with
started
them,
on
yes,
this, if you don't mind.
Well, there we go. More points. That is the end of this.
I'll see you later.
Or the end of
Goodbye.
this talking to our man. But now we know Caprice Encore. We can go to the French Quarter and pretend to be a priest and talk to Lady Casanel. Madame Casanel. Alright, time to put on our priest disguise again.
Alright, but this is private.
He says getting changed in the middle of a street. This is private. it's me again. Do you remember?
Yes?
I'm the
Who
slightly
is it?
Irish priest. Father McLaughlin.
It's Father McLaughlin back again, don't you know?
Yes,
Get your name wrong
Father.
every
Come
time.
on in.
Fortunately, I've only said the name twice. so,
Please
you
be
know.
seated, Father.
Thank you.
Alright, now we're going to talk
Now,
about Carice
what
and
can I
Cole.
do for you?
We're going to talk about how you're going to sacrifice your dog.
Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions, madam?
If you wish, Father.
Oh. Now, let's just start with Carice and
That
Cole.
Caprice and Co thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as
I'll
I.
tease you all I want. It's the goat without horns.
It means goat without horns.
Father, you surprised me. You do know what it means. You know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being. That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart. Pure evil murder.
Yes. Well, now you can tell me more about this, right?
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She was only a front for the real evildoers, Father. And that's the truth about Marie Laveau.
What about Veve?
Do you know anything about Veves?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. What about Dambala?
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Alright, I can only come to learn about human sacrifice from you. Right, Ogun Badagris.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
It's always the little old ladies who know about human sacrifice, isn't it?
Do you know anything about human sacrifice here in New Orleans?
Well, my great-grandma there could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans, but the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
Oh, really? How lovely. Tell me more.
Who are the real voodoo queens?
Well, my great-grandma there told me that Laveau was just a front, a flamboyant decoy. She distracted authorities from the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo enfant. That's what they call their temples, you know. It's so secret, most of the voodoo people in the city don't even know about it. The real voodoo queen controlled Laveau, gave her a little bit of power, and used her like a puppet.
Tell me more.
Tell me more about this secret voodoo hound for.
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in New Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear their drums at night, oh yes. That's why I'm so ill, I tell you, those drums. But we shouldn't talk about it. They'll hear us. It's the devil's work that happens there, I can tell you. I'll show you something secret. You mustn't tell anyone, Father.
I swear on my collar.
Yeah, I swear
Here
on
it
my
is, mon père.
beastly
A true
livelihood.
object of evil if ever there was one.
It radiates something, all right.
It belonged to my great-grandmother. She told my mother that it was a token to gain entrance to the real voodoo ceremonies.
You don't say.
To tell you the truth, I've always felt nervous about having it in the house. You know, evil influence and all.
I can see how you would, yes.
And yet, I could never part with it. It's been in the family for generations. Would you bless it for me, Father? I feel strange asking such a thing of you, but surely you understand.
I mean, that's exactly why I was trying to take the oil.
Bless this bracelet of a snake. Even though its vibes aren't great, let it do nobody harm when they wear it on their arm. Voodoo spirits, go away. Don't come back another day. And now let us pray.
It's the snake bracelet. What if? What if I make it? If I clay? We use the clay on it.
Gabriel has a
Isn't it?
thought about the clay.
Yep. And make
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver. Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
I feel so much better now.
Now I have an impression of a priest and of a bracelet. Thank you. Let's have a look at that in our inventory. What have we got now? What do you say?
It's a clay mold of Madame Casanau's snake bracelet.
Clay mold. Alright, thank you.
Bless you, my child.
Bless you, Father McLaughlin.
Yeah, that's definitely who I am. McLaughlin. I know my name.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Yeah, I know. Change out of that.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Indeed, he does. That's the end of another day. Oh! Look who we have here.
Excuse me. I'm going inside.
Oh,
Getty?
I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
You
I'm not a
researched her,
customer.
right?
I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he? Here?
I really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning...
Gracie, say goodnight.
Dun, 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 dun.
You came. I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Your eyes. I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it about you?
Just shut up and kiss me.
Day 4. I spoke to one who smelled of death. He gave to me his ears, crosses that were marked, made into a veil of tears. Get hit by the newspaper! No! Ah! No! You didn't get hit by the newspaper. That should have been what happened. Open the door and the newspaper just came in and whacked you in the stomach. Never mind. Why do the lights on the top floor? Oh, I guess it's not the lights on the top floor. It's one light in here that is also up there. Good morning. I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. Did you do any research? I need to know about the shape. The patterns that you did.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way.
I will just enjoy this coffee. The best, seeing as nobody ever makes it, and it's always just sitting there. Alright, not going to make the same mistake we did on day 2 about forgetting.
Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Ooh.
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something.
So you
I checked
did
the
have
microfiche
something
at
to
the
say
public
to me.
library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
All of those points. So many points. Alright, newspaper. It's today's newspaper, today being the 21st. I can count.
Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the Voodoo Murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The Voodoo Murders case.
Yeah, but it
The
wasn't done
paper
by them,
says
obviously.
that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative.
It's not over.
Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Ah, well,
Peachy.
maybe I'll die.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon
I was
House.
going to say, I saw that myself, and I thought, hey, we can go there and do the bracelety thing. But case closed. Voodoo Murders solved. The so-called Voodoo Murders are over at last, says Detective Franklin Mosley of the New Orleans Police Department. Our investigation has turned up that the murders were the result of an underworld drug cartel war. Not underwater, as I was going to say, said Mosley at a press conference yesterday evening. The war has now ended, and the people of this great city are safe again. They say they are doubling efforts to crack down on the underworld drug trade that briefly turned New Orleans into its private battleground. Also, we can go see Sam Springton, Master Jeweler. Private consignments, heirloom restorations, and reproductions. Reasonable costs. Contact Sam at the Napoleon House. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you too, said the horoscope. It's interesting that they print the horoscope on the front page for us, isn't it? You know, and it's only me. Alright, you got anything else to say, Grace?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Ah, you do have things. Alright, yeah, what messages have you got?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
Oh,
She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting.
Give me his number, so that I
Can I
call
get that
Germany.
phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Alright, Vives.
Do you know anything about Veves?
Not a clue.
Not Vives.
Sorry.
Alright.
Ritual patterns used in voodoo.
Fascinating. I can't help you out, though.
Don't worry about
Does the name
Badagris.
Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Ugh, no. Makes my skin crawl, though.
And Dambala?
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
No, sorry.
And Voodoo Hoffo?
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Yeah, why
Would
not?
I do that?
Alright,
Here's that phone number.
thank you
Thanks.
very much. And you don't want to talk about what you saw last night or anything? Look, there's that man. Man.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
I am watching Gabriel watching the man who is watching the shop, and you are watching me watching the man who is watching Gabriel who is watching the man who is watching the shop. So, you know, many jumps along the line. Alright, hey man.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does
Maybe
not
he's browsing.
respond.
I don't know. We've never had a customer before. Let's use my phone. Oh, let's have a look at the number first. Do you say?
Wolfgang Ritter's phone number, written in Grace's pretty scrawl.
Oh. You know, I should really go to somewhere else and make the call, so that I don't have the German phone international call.
Didn't
on my
Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
I mean, that's not the way it works, but alright. 490. Let me. I can't just click on that. That would have been a great innovation for this. Anyway, 9490093243333. Do.
I'm not calling Germany.
Yeah,
That
there we go.
Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Alright, so maybe. I know you do. I know you do. So maybe it's going through the stuff first. Alright, hey, I'm going out. I'm putting on my leather jacket again because leather jackets are cool. Even in the hot summer heat of New Orleans. Or not summer heat.
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
I have to leave for, you know, the rest of the day like I usually do. Napoleon House and Grandma. Let's go and see Grandma first of all. Resist the call of family. I mean, aside from a lot of them.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Now come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Difficult to have two things interacting like that. Ooh, have you been knitting? How exciting. Well, let's have a look. First of all, no, not exit to maps. Okay, we'll look at the map.
Granny likes soft lighting.
Good for her.
Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. Gabriel is sentimental enough without dragging those photos into it.
Oh, I don't know.
Grandmother Knight rarely uses the fireplace these days. Too much of a hassle to clean.
Indeed, they're horrible. Yeah, there was a fireplace on a holiday back when I was a very little kid. You know, well, like 7, 8, something like that. I can't remember what exactly. And there was a fireplace, and boy, did that. It's just a holiday home that we went to. Boy, did that kick up a lot of stuff to be cleaned out. Even we just used it the once, I think, because we then found out how difficult it was to clean, etc. And you know, it was just a fun thing to see on holiday. And man, so much crap everywhere. Still, it was fun. You know, it was a nice experience, and I don't regret.
Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here makes him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
Yeah, just this room. He wasn't allowed anywhere else in the house. He just was allowed in this room. Knitting baskets.
Gran's knitting. She whips through that stuff like there was no tomorrow.
What's that you say? You can do
Gabriel
knitting as
doesn't
well.
knit.
No, you can't? Oh,
Okay, so Gran did teach him once, but he hasn't done it in years. Still, Gran is knitting? How low can you get?
Well, I'm Gabriel Knight, so pretty low.
Gran has a way with plants and kids.
Yeah, they all grow nice and green.
That ficus tree would be real helpful. Right.
90s sarcasm.
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Granddad when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Oh, that's the clock.
That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries.
It doesn't look that old, I must confess. It doesn't have the same old Baroque sort of stuff going on with it. It's not big and heavy and cumbersome like they had to make. They couldn't do all the fine work that was necessary all of the time.
Granny doesn't like anyone messing with her clock, including Gabriel.
Well, alright, she shouldn't be showing off this bong up here, should she?
Granny's side chair still has that annoying loose spring in the seat.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to fix the loose spring, but fine.
That's it. Take a load off, hun.
Thank you. Sofa.
The sofa has a worn blue chintz pattern that Gabriel remembers fondly. Gabriel doesn't want to crowd Granny.
I don't know, I
he
think that's more
prefers
green
the
than
chair.
blue. Lamp. Flowers. Oh, exit to attic. That's what.
Fresh carnations, Granny's favorite. Granny likes soft lighting.
Yeah, you said that already. Let's.
Granny likes the lamps lit.
Oh well, all right. And now let's look at Granny.
That's my Gran. Adorable as always.
You're such a tease.
Hey, that's my Gran. Show some respect.
You don't want to manipulate her. All right, okay. Well,
How have you
let's
been,
talk to her.
Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Yep.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Look at all these things that we've got. Yes, first of all, compliment Granny.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh,
I didn't say flirt with.
Have you baked any of your incredible molasses pies lately?
No, dear. But you let me know when you want some, and I'll whip up a half a dozen.
Right now. Get me some. That'll be tasty. Right, how you doing?
Tell me about yourself.
No.
Me?
Really?
Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
No, come on,
I
Gran.
had to use the generic line, didn't
All
I?
right, dear. What do you want to hear?
About you. How are you? Yeah,
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
I'm so glad to hear that. How did you meet Granddad?
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was from me.
So because you both laughed at the same thing, you knew that you were compatible in every other way and would mesh together like some sort of thing that meshes together. What meshes together? Well, I guess people.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas and corn and cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
What do you do all day right now?
What do you do all day?
Now that we've
You know
reminisced
how
about
I
the
love
past.
to knit and work in my garden. I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
No, you're not. The hills are ancient. You're not that old. If you were that old, why, you'd be some sort of eldritch abomination, which, I don't know, would come in handy right about now if I had an eldritch abomination in my lineage, but, you know, never mind.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Just tell me anything at all.
I hate to admit it, but I was a jealous little thing when your granddaddy and I were younger. I loved him so ferociously, and he did attract the eyes of the ladies whether he wanted to or not.
I mean, yeah, those sticky out ears that we can see sort of out there, they would attract all
Just
kinds
tell
of things.
me anything at all.
I get lonely sometimes, but I have lots of girlfriends in the neighborhood. I call one of them if I'm feeling blue.
Alright, tell me anything else.
Just tell me anything at all.
I wish you'd settle down and give me a great-grandchild.
Oh, Gran.
Oh yeah, it would be a great grandchild. I can only do a mediocre grandchild. How's that?
Just tell me anything at all.
I never loved any man but your grandfather. And I never will.
And that includes your father and you, who are both men. I don't love anybody else.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Alright, well, we've got all of these things. Tell me about Damballa.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
What, dear?
Never mind.
Alright, well, that's what a lot of these are going to be about. Hey, did you hear about the Voodoo Murders, Granny? Are you feeling, you know, safe here?
What can you tell me about the Voodoo Murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
See, that's a hint. She doesn't want to tell you anything about it because she is responsible for it. Doesn't want to drag you into them as well. Yep, that's why she doesn't want to tell you anything.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear so much about it these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
I'm not sure I would class voodoo as one of the monster movies things. Not even if they resurrected zombies like that. I'm not sure I would class zombies in the monster movie category either, because it's not an individual monster, which is usually what the monster movies are on. It is a specific mummy who is around, or Dracula, or the Invisible Man, and not an army of vampires. For instance, that would more be a vampire movie than one of the monster movies, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, classifications are made up anyway, and so are monsters like that. Hey, it's interesting to think about those things occasionally. Tell me about New Orleans. You've lived here forever, and are not as old as the hills, as we have already established, but maybe you know some stuff.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern, of course, though not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
Good. 1 second. Oh, okay. Yep. Yes. Sorry. Alright, onwards. Tell me more about New Orleans.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
My goodness, boy, you lived here all your life, just like me. I can't tell you much that you don't already know.
I mean, you can tell me about things which happened before I was alive. I mean, I can't tell you about things which will happen after you are dead, because I don't know those yet, but, you know, we can have an exchange of information. Do you know anything about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
Snake in the grass.
I don't know, local kinds.
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parts, but they can't hurt you.
Thanks, Grant.
What about animal masks?
Do you know anything about animal
Did your granddad
masks?
wear any time?
Why, no, dear. Do you mean Mardi Gras masks?
Never mind, Grant.
Have you heard of Capri Sancour? Do you have to do that in order to get your pies to be so perfectly delicious?
Does the phrase Capri Sancour mean anything to you?
Something without something, I think. Oh, my French is so rusty, I swear my mind is going.
No, it's okay. Thanks.
Alright, do you know anything about these voodoo people?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Gabriel, my goodness. What are you up to these days?
Just researching things for
Oh,
my book.
nothing, Gran.
Don't
Really.
worry about it, Gran.
You'd better not be. You know you're the only family I have left.
Oh, what about
I
Ritter?
know, Gran. It's
Who says
okay.
he's related to us?
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
What, dear?
Never mind.
Oh dear, excuse me. I guess that lecture must have been having a delayed effect on me and trying to put me to sleep. Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Oh, of course. She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she?
She was indeed.
She preyed on people's fears and superstitions, is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Well, do.
Yes, Gran.
What about St. John's Eve? You gonna be out celebrating and partying it up with the rest of us? Oh yeah.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time, on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but oh, I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
Alright. Anything else?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I haven't celebrated it in years, Gabriel. I'm sure there's still Mass in the more traditional churches, but I don't go.
Oh well. Time to just generally
What's
chat.
new, Gran?
I've been working on baby sweaters for the church bazaar. Keeps me busy.
I told you I can only do a mediocre grandson.
Done
Not a
anything
great
interesting lately?
I raised you.
Lately, Gran.
Oh, you know me, Gabriel. I always got my nose poked in something.
It must run in the family.
There's got to be a joke somewhere about ghouls in Fallout, given that that's been prevalent in the media recently because of the crappy patch that they released, bungling the everybody getting back into Fallout after the TV series. The crappy patch has just made everything break. But anyway, the ghoul. There's got to be a joke about sticking your nose into something or something. Why aren't ghouls? You can't do why aren't ghouls very nosy because they've got no nose to stick into something. There's got to be something. Why aren't ghouls very interested in everything going on in the world? It's because they can't stick their nose into anything. Well, they've got no nose to stick into everything. Something like that. I'll work on it. Don't worry, I'll have a joke for you. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll work on it.
You're looking well, Gran.
Oh, thanks, dear.
Is there anything you need?
Me? No, I'm
no,
just
jokes
fine,
get away
Gabriel.
people.
I have more than enough of everything.
Nice weather.
Oh, Gabriel, please. It's been just awful. Muggiest summer of my life.
Are you okay, Gran?
I'm right as rain, boy.
Rain isn't particularly right, but okay.
You've lost weight. Are you courting a new man?
No, it's the cancer, thanks.
Gabriel, don't be silly. You know there'll never be anyone but your granddad for me.
Your hair looks very pretty today, Gran.
Well, thank you, dear. So does... Well, you've always had such nice, thick hair, Gabriel.
My hair is very thin. It's not great.
You know, I always tell people that my Gran is the prettiest grand old belle in the city.
Oh, dear. You shouldn't talk so.
Yeah.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Ritter. Tell me about Margaret Templeton Knight.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to define her family.
Tell me more.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Thank you for telling me my financial history, mother or grandmother. I could not recall it.
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. Oh, they never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Tell me about Philip.
Tell me about my father.
And then we'll go
Your
on to the
father
grandfather.
was my
Tell me
only child. How we adored him.
Tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. Oh, they were two peas in a pod.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Did you actually blush there or not? I couldn't tell.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road, or wildcat.
Or any number of other non-voodoo related things that definitely weren't haunting him. I'm not talking about those nightmares that we both said that grandfather and father shared. And
tell me about my father.
Your granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought. He pushed Philip to go to law school, but Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated that it was Margaret's money that supported the 3 of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or 2, but he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
I mean, there's a market for that sort of stuff. Alright, now tell me about my grandfather.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He walked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such a sweet gesture.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I
could have
will.
gone there on several days, but I didn't want to, apparently. Tell me more.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
I mean, as a bookseller myself, I'm not overly... Or as Gabriel Knight, as a bookseller, not Richard. As a bookseller, I don't particularly like bookkeeping myself either. I want the books to go out. I do not wish to keep them in my store. That is the antithesis of being a bookseller. I want them to go out. I want people to pay for them and then go out. I don't want them to just go out.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36 when he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. It took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
Oh, I know you are, dear.
Died when the child was 8, and that happened to my father as well. No children for you at all there, Gran.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
No, he just resigned himself to a lifetime of drudgery. Doing the bookkeeping all the time. Alright, never mind.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
All right, now we need to go exit to the attic to.
I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Oh, and the monster. Don't forget the monster. The monster's also up there. But the dust. The dust is most important. Ooh, a frame.
These old picture frames have been up here for years.
Well, now they're mine.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Oh, all right. What about this wheel? No? Okay, well, let's see what the ceiling tells us.
Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk.
I mean, that looks like it's night. Oh no, I was thinking, look at all those stars, and then I realised they were moving. No, that's just motes of dust in the sunlight. Alright, well, sewing form.
It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
They didn't need arms or legs, apparently.
Do I really look that desperate?
I mean, you could have been doing anything.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Have I still got the priest thing? I can still dress up as a priest if I want. It's a hat!
It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
And from Grand's Virginia Woolf period.
Time for me to wear it.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Oh, but I want to wear it.
The sheet-covered upholstered rocker used to be in Gabriel's nursery.
I think I'll leave that up here.
But I want it.
That box of knickknacks has been up here for at least 5 years.
I think I'll leave that up here.
But I want it.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic.
Aha. Yes, it is. A puzzle to open. Oh,
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock.
There's a keyhole. Look at that.
A keyhole sits empty on the side of the clock.
Yep. But I can't do anything with this. Oh, I can. I was going to say I can't look at the symbols. Yeah, I can rotate them. Clock face.
The face of the clock is hand-painted. A ring of 6 symbols surrounds the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon. The ring of symbols doesn't appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
Alright, I was going to say, it doesn't look like a dragon from down there, but when you put it up that way, that looks like a dragon. Everything else could look like what it is, apart from the dragon. I mean, that might be an indication that that is the dragon, where the dragon goes. But we'll leave that to discover, or, you know, later on. Because we haven't got anything here we can do right now. He said, no. And I thought, I wonder if the baby actually matches up, because I never checked that. Alright, here is a trunk. Oh wait, no, sorry. I forgot to do something.
I think I'll leave that up here.
But I want it. It's a golf bag.
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag. Golf was never my game. I'm not sure what my game was, but it wasn't golf.
Cribbage? I don't know. That is not a bike tire.
It's an old, dusty bicycle tire.
No, it's not. It's a wagon wheel. It's not a tire.
I think I'll leave that up here.
But I want it. Alright, and then, oh, bed frame.
The brass bed frame is from God knows where.
You know, you just accumulate all this stuff and keep it forever and ever.
I think I'll leave that up here.
But I want it.
The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
It looks pretty heavy.
But I want it. Alright, we'll open it and look in it instead of it.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
A cross. Yeah, I mean, we can move it all around.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Yeah, you're a German.
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca.
Etc., etc.
More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
No, you don't want to do a photo of a dog. Drink from the stein. Drink the mysterious liquid that is inside for no reason whatsoever. It's a wallet. Is there money in that wallet? No, that's a shame. It's a Bible. It's a dress with the words 88. Or a thing with the stuff on there, or 88. No, we looked at that. Moved the picture. No, I wonder. Key. What a mysterious thing
What's
to find
this?
in here.
It's some sort of key.
What could it do? What could it operate that we've already seen the keyhole for? There's nothing else to look at, is there? No.
I think I'll leave that.
Up but I want it. Sorry. We didn't look at
It's
the
an
key.
antique clock key, most commonly used to wind antique clocks.
Well, there we go. Now we can wind the clock, even if we don't know anything else.
Nothing happens.
Oh no.
Nothing happens.
Well, it can sit there. What if we open that drawer? No? Something else will pop out and then we can do all those things? No, fine. I'll leave the key in the lock because, you know, nothing bad will happen there. Hey, Gran, I found a clock upstairs. Do you know about the clock?
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
You can't. Never mind.
Oh,
You're too
nothing.
old
Never
and
mind.
All
You've
right,
forgotten
dear.
all the things you need to, so no talking for you. Alright, well, hey, Gran.
Gabriel doesn't want to upset his grandmother with that photograph.
I really, really want that to be the same thing on this one now as well.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
No,
Sorry.
isn't that your friend,
No,
Mosley?
Gabriel.
No, you don't remember any of my friends, Gran. My God, you're useless. Your memory's going. Oh, how I can't wait to put you in a home. I mean, I love you. Do you know
Does
about
this
Rita?
mean anything to you, Gran?
Sorry. No, Gabriel.
Alright. Alright, well, I need to exit to
Well,
the map
Gran,
now.
I'd better get going.
I'll be back when I've solved more
Don't
of
take
the
any
puzzle.
wooden nickels, boy.
I'm trying, Gran.
I'm not taking any nickels. There's nothing going on at my bookshop at all. Alright, have you translated the thing, or are you dead mysteriously? Let's make a speech.
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture.
Yeah, I am. Well, I mean, I'm not.
The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
Oh. Alright, okay. Could have sworn it happened already. No? Hey, I couldn't stay away. I need to see you. I need to talk to you. I need to be with you. I need to hold your hand, smell the smell of your hair, and just be around you. No? That's not what's going to happen here? Oh, okay.
Miss Geddy is busy, officer, and has instructed me to wish you good luck. That is all.
If you just tell her...
Goodbye, sir.
I love torn apart by a difference of class and, you know, everything else that's going on. Well, we can go to the police station and talk to Mosley at the very least and see what he says about the everything going on. There's the drummer still. Hey Mosley, I'm coming in to see you because
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
but it isn't. But hey, that's still. Let's ask you about the case status, eh? With all those lovely S's. Hey, do
That
you know
doesn't
about
prove
Rita?
anything.
I have to
I
tell you,
wasn't trying
bud,
to
I'm
prove
pretty
anything.
pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Secret orders. Tell me about everything.
Do you know anything about veves?
What?
Veves. They're ritualistic patterns used in voodoo. You know, like those marks we found around the body.
You know what the department says about that, Knight? That voodoo stuff is faked.
Yeah, well, they're wrong. These veves...
Look, just stop worrying about those marks. I don't think they're relevant.
They're definitely not relevant. Don't tell anyone.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
You mean gumbo?
No, I mean Damballa.
Never heard of it.
What about voodoos?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Oh, come on. Somebody's pulling your leg,
They
Knight.
definitely don't influence the
Are you
police
sure?
department.
Ain't nothing secret about voodoo in Narlands. There's a museum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but that's the stuff they want you to see.
You're getting mighty paranoid, Knight.
It's a conspiracy is the word, but my brain kept saying Picasso, say Picasso, from the line from day 1. Or
Can you tell me anything
Day two,
about a
sorry,
secret
when we
voodoo
saw
hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
What about Ogun?
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Say what?
Ogun Badagri. It's a voodoo loa.
Speak English or shut up, Knight.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. Guess I'll take that as a no.
Tell me about yourself. How you
Tell
doing?
me about yourself.
What do you want to talk about that for now? We're not doing the book anymore. Besides, you already know too much about
What do you
me,
mean
Knight.
we're not doing the book anymore? I can't take what is mostly known about the book and then spin it off into some fantastical voodoo thing where the voodoo was real and wasn't faked, and now my life is in danger, or your life as you're the cop in the book. No, I can't do that? Wow, okay.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
The case? What case? I told you, the Voodoo Murders case is closed.
How can you just close it? It's not solved, is it?
Yeah, nobody knows
Oh,
who killed
it's
them.
solved. Turns out the Chicago Mafia was trying to invade local territory. Use the Mississippi for drug running now that Florida's so hot. What we had here was a little resistance from the local businessmen. Word came in this morning that the Chicago group is giving up and pulling out of Nolans.
But that doesn't bring the killers to justice.
Well, the boys upstairs seem to figure it this way. Let the slime kill each other. Better the vermin we know than Chicago vermin, I guess. The attitude in the department is that we just been done a huge favor, and they're probably right.
What about the local cartel? Are you just gonna let them go?
At least they're part of us. We'll deal with them over time. Always have. Nolans is pretty clean that way, you know?
Well, that's the illusion, isn't it?
Look, I'm not totally in agreement here either. But what can I do? These guys are not about to get caught. I'm disappointed about the book,
We'll
too.
just have to wait until there's
Look,
another murder,
next
eh?
big murder case I get, I'll call you in, and we'll do that one up right, okay? In fact, I could probably dig up some old cases, and you could spice them up.
I know
No
a case I
thanks.
can spice up right now. Alright. Tell me more?
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
I told you, it's closed.
Alright. Are you going to tell me again?
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
The case is closed. There's nothing more to discuss.
Alright. Reopen it.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
If I make you
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
I was going to say, you're just going to list off the things, and as I cross them off one by one, that's what we're going to do. Alright, okay, first of all, what about this? Is this anything? I mean,
You know
I
those
know
marks you found around the murder victims?
There we go.
This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight, but that doesn't prove that this pattern is really connected to voodoo.
No, but I get some points for it, so you know, moving the story along. Voodoo article. I don't remember looking
It's
at
a
that.
newspaper clipping from the year 1810.
Oh right, yes, that's the one of the murder from before.
This
Yep.
is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the Voodoo Murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
Got a copy.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Haha. Proof. Maybe. Alright, what is this?
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Did we cross off one of the things on the list?
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Get me a lead on the cult.
So yeah, only 2 things now. So now we have proved to you that there is murder, and they are, you know, dangerous. Do you know anything about the Voodoo Code? I'm pretty certain I've already showed you.
That doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, alright. No, then let's get up and get out of here and go elsewhere and find more proof for you. I'll be back with your proof within a day, because otherwise, you know, that's
I'll
not
let
how
you
the
get
structure
back
of the
to it.
game works.
Later, Knight.
Hey Tony, can I talk to you about Crash? That's his name. I wanted to call him Crack. I knew that. Have you let him out? Is he out on the streets and now dead? Am I just going to step outside and find a dead body outside immediately?
Hey.
Hey. Is that it?
Hey.
Hey. Alright. At least you're not saying talk to the sergeant anymore. You are now...
A sign on the
20
front door
seconds.
of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the spirit realm," back on June 22nd.
Alright, well let's go to Napoleon then. Which one of these looks like a possible jeweler? Is it that man in the corner who's unhappy? Is it this Marcus? Is it Sam? Is it man? Is it woman? Is it bust? Is it bartender? Is it drummer man?
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon house.
I mean, drummers are everywhere.
Gabriel can't do anything with the drummer on the street.
He's too square for that. Is this a reserve?
A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink.
It's mine now. Cluck, cluck, cluck,
What
cluck,
do I
cluck.
need with a table?
Well, you sit down in it and then they serve you drinks. Well, maybe they don't.
The velvet chairs are getting a bit threadbare.
Alright, we'll sit in one.
Gabriel
Before
has
it gets
spent
any more
enough
threadbare.
hours sitting around this bar.
And then there's another chair.
The velvet chairs are...
And then there's another
The
chair.
velvet...
You don't need to show me all of those chairs. Marcus, table, chair, Sam. Alright, what's at this table?
Their tabletop has an inlaid chessboard.
Looks like the only one that does.
Somebody's using it right now.
Yeah, but I was going to flip it over and ruin their game.
What do I need with a table?
Everything. Stools.
The antique bar stools have been polished by a century's worth of patrons' derrieres.
Sounds good to me.
Stealing a bar stool would be a good way to get on the wrong side of Stonewall King. Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody around here.
Except me.
The Napoleon House is one of the quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants. Gabriel is found here frequently.
Alright. Chandelier.
A chandelier casts a dim glow over the room.
Menu? No. Menu. Just the bottles. Alright.
They aren't mine.
Never stopped you before.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
When you start talking to the Napoleon bust, that's when I know you've had too much and I have to cut you off.
Able was I ere I saw Elba.
Palindrome. And Elba was the prison island that Napoleon was on.
Able was I ere I saw Elba.
If Gabriel tried to take the head, Stonewall would be on him like ducks on a June bug.
Well, alright. Well, let's play Gabriel.
A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
You don't know that's a boyfriend.
Kinda cute.
Could be anybody of a male persuasion.
Better not. Her boyfriend doesn't look too friendly. Nah.
We'll work our way anti-clockwise, starting with her.
Hey, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Were you?
Nah.
No, sorry.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
Oh.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
What about you?
Hello there.
Excuse me. I was talking to the lady here.
And she was listening raptly, I'm sure.
A young man is deep in conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
Feeling no pain?
This isn't that kind of bar.
Alright.
Can I ask you some questions?
No. Now, do you mind?
Alright, well then we'll talk to Sam next. It's
A man in
Sam.
a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard.
Are you losing? Can I help you lose? Win. I mean, do something?
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
Oh, Marcus.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Don't wanna... Anything else? Oh, no, you have taken a sip of drink. Everybody takes a sip of drink as soon as I talk.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
This isn't a good game, this is torture.
Oh, well, have fun.
Alright, hey Marcus.
A sharp-eyed gentleman in a gray sport coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
I'll ignore that, I think. Hey, bartender.
Gabriel and the bartender are old pals.
Yeah, sorry. Come on. Stonewall. Kirkwall.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Excellent. You kind of wished you had been, because look at everything I've got going on here. How are the street musicians doing?
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
You could say you hate them. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
I actually wanted to know how it's going. If I ask you, hey, how's it going? It's because I'm interested in the answer. I want to know how you're doing. It's not because it's a social night. I hate that. Say, how's it going? And everybody goes, oh yeah, it's alright. It could be worse. Or whatever else they've got to say. No, I want to know. That's why I'm asking you.
Business picking up?
Some. Mostly locals, as usual.
I mean, yeah.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
The weather's pretty crappy out there today.
I wouldn't know. I never get out of here before dark.
You work here 24 hours a day, do you? Or
This looks like a lively crowd.
hours, do you?
Lively crowds are trouble. These guys just sit and drink. That makes me happy.
Caprice encore.
Does the phrase Caprice encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Oh well. What about Voodoo Hovel?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one.
Did you hear? Oh god. There was somebody who was suffering from a horrible, horrible disease, and they got themselves a a suicide cocktail, you know, all of the stuff, so they could kill themselves. And then they said it tasted bitter. So their buddy, who was with them to help them do this thing, to put an end to their life, took a sip of it as well, to see what it tasted like. That was a headline that I read recently. That is... What? This is the thing that is designed to kill the person who has the disease with the chronic pain that they cannot live with anymore. Let me take a big old slug of it and see how it tastes. Idiots! Oh! Never mind. I mean... I shouldn't be too surprised that people in the world will do this. Alright, well tell me about stuff.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
Yeah, but it's been put to bed now.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
I mean, they don't say that. They say the opposite of that.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
I thought I was talking to a book on the subject. Oh well, you know about St. John's Eve. Is it a good business day for you?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
He said, suddenly thinking about it. Hold on 1 second. Let me plug in my headphones. Yeah, got that beautiful, beautiful Windows sound, eh?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
As opposed to people who don't believe in that sort of stuff. I mean, as opposed to people who believe in, like, St. Patrick's Day or anything else where, you know, it's just another excuse to drink, etc. And I just picked St. Patrick's Day because we just had St. George's Day and nothing happens for that. And St. Patrick is the only saint I can think of where there is any sort of real big media festival. As in, it is portrayed in the media.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
Oh, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
Slither across the ground. I know that.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Sure. She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but the tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Tell me more about
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Tell me about animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
What about black voodoo's a new topic?
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No, I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos, just makes me depressed.
I thought you were going to say, I see enough of that here in the bar.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Doing okay?
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Damn it, I thought there was going to be another option for himself there where I could talk to him. And then I would be able to say, ha! You're not a good bartender. But you are. Alright, tell me about voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
Good. What about
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks.
Alright. Sam and voodoo.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
There we go. I've learned more and earned some points. But hey, unhappy man.
An unhappy-looking man exposed to dangers of drinking alone.
No, not Napoleon House, unhappy man. There we go.
That could only lead to trouble.
Alright. Hey, unhappy man.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Now buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, I want to, talk to you about things. What if I... There it is, bracelet. Ask you to make me a bracelet.
That would be rude.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Can I ask you some questions?
No. Now beat it.
Alright, okay. Maybe I should talk to you. Tell you, hey, don't worry, you're great at this, Sam.
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Are you sure I can't bother you with a few questions?
Mister, please, I'm trying to turn this game around.
Yeah, right. Got a crowbar?
Shut up, you bastard.
Oh, because they're gonna peel the board out of there. Alright, okay.
That tabletop has an inlaid chessboard.
I'm sure nobody would mind if I just spam
Somebody's
the table
using
around.
it right now.
Yeah. Hey, Marcus. Can I distract you while you're playing chess so that you lose? No,
So,
you don't
having a
want me to
good
do that?
game?
Okay.
Shh. I'm concentrating.
Fine, all right.
I know, but I'm gonna bother you.
You sure I can't ask you a few questions?
Beat it, you loser.
Wow, man!
You
come
sure
on.
I can't ask you a few questions?
Beat it, you loser.
Alright, okay, let's show you the voodoo code, my friend.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Oh. But you know all about voodoo. I mean, this isn't.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Oh, well. What about this?
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Okay. We'll go to the tomb then. Alright, we'll go to the tomb. We'll find the pattern and deal with this stuff. Exit to right tomb. Right being mother and father. Or mothers. Franklin Black.
DeMarco reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Grant's folks.
I was gonna say, there's a squirrel there in the background. Ooh.
DeMarco reads, Merrill Planter Wright.
These are Grant's
Oh, no,
folks.
Grant's folks. Sorry,
I
yeah,
never
no.
knew them.
I know, but I'm reading them.
DeMarco reads, Harley Wright.
Grant's sister. She died young.
DeMarco reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
Squirrel. Puppy squirrel.
DeMarco reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy.
DeMarco reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother.
The vase.
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Gran, but that was nice of them.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb.
Yes, I do.
Gran talks a lot about you, Harley.
I don't know who you are.
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the right elders give no response.
Yeah, I know, but it's fun.
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the right elders give no response.
How's it going, Granddaddy?
I never met you.
Miss you, Mom. Hey, Daddy. Oh, shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase.
What was it? It was a broken vase. Alright, okay, what's in there? It's a... Come on. Money! It's a money.
Inside the broken vase, Gabriel sees a $20 bill.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
I mean... Yeah, sure. $20. Wait, sorry.
$20. It's not much, but it's a start.
It's a fortune to Gabriel, who has nothing right now. There's nothing else here, is there? I can't recall.
This family tomb bears the inscription, "Rest in peace," and the name Fuller Mill. The marble and granite tombs are quite heavy.
So what? Pick
Gabriel doesn't care to communicate with the inhabitants of that tomb.
Well, alright.
A statue of a small child clings to a cross atop the right tomb. The marble residents of this city of the dead say nothing.
Oh. Are they not even...
This above-ground tomb is only large enough to accommodate one resident. The marble and granite tombs are quite heavy.
I mean, obviously this was quite a few years before.
Gabriel doesn't care to communicate with the inhabitants of that tomb.
I'm at the fence.
A wrought iron fence surrounds this tomb.
I hope that's to keep people out.
Yes. Oh, snake statue.
An odd monument highlights one gravesite. It looks vaguely reptilian. The marble residents of this city of the dead say nothing.
Alright, okay. Let's go to the Getty tomb anyway. I mean, there's nothing going on there right now, but still. You don't have $20 inside of ours, do you? No. Let me push it over
Gabriel
and
looks
just double
at and
check.
in the vases, but he doesn't see anything he wants to take.
Alright, okay. Well then I guess we're getting out of here. We got $20. Did you put the vase there? Did you leave $20 in there, Gran? I'll have to talk to you about that.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
I've got $20 I could give you. Does this
Could I ask you some
$20
more
mean anything to you?
questions?
If I hadn't
Of
paid more
course.
money.
I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Alright, wait, I got some stuff to talk to you about, Vives.
Do you know anything about Vives?
I believe they have something to do with Haitian voodoo. But that is not really my area.
What about Voodoo Hopeful?
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
I mean, they don't, but hey, still.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Of course. It is one of the Loa.
Does the name
you expand on
Ogun
that?
Badagri mean anything to you?
I do not believe so.
Alright, okay.
Isn't he one of the Loa?
Perhaps. I am not familiar with some of the more obscure Haitian and African Loa.
Or you're lying to me. I mean, either way.
A striking portrait of a turbaned woman is on the back wall. Gabriel wonders who she might be.
I think we know who that is, don't we? That's, Marie, right? Well, there's a skeleton there. I hadn't noticed that skeleton in the corner.
Gabriel has no interest in the noisy fan at the moment.
Yes.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Loads of interest. You're not open. Is there anything going on? Oh, well, let's go to the St. Louis Cathedral. Let's see if we confess to stealing the thing. I've never tried that. I confess to having impersonated a priest.
Someone is in that confessional. No. Gabriel will have to wait.
What if I go here? Oh, I can't go in that one either. Never mind. Oh, my eye is so itchy today. And the side of my nose hurts. I don't know. Did you come back? Of course you didn't. You ran away. You were scared of me. And I can be, you know, only there. Hello, singers. Oh, singers. Musicians.
Hey, Crash, wait up.
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
I got $20.
It's Crash.
Hey, Crash,
the guy
wait
from
up.
O's. Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
Alright, okay. Let's get the whole of the thing.
I wonder what he's up to.
No good, because his name's Crash.
It's Crash, the guy from Mosley's office. At the first sight of Gabriel, he slouches away like a beaten dog.
I wonder what he's up to.
What if I pretend to be a priest again? I don't think that's...
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
I've forgotten how I do this. Is it just the money? I can't recall. Hey, I don't think $20... No, okay. You're running away. Hey Crash, I want to talk to you. Get you a drink. Do you want a drink? Would a drink do you some good?
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
Hey, Crash, wait up.
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
I know. We're just gonna walk around. Because I know there is a trick to this, but I cannot recall what it was.
Crash, wait up.
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
We're gonna leave you for the moment, then, Crash. Maybe if I sit on the bench. No.
Benches provide.
I can't recall. I know. There's something. And as I said, I can remember how to do all of the things, but I can remember how to do almost all of the puzzles in like Broken Sword, which came out roughly the same sort of era. But yeah, these ones, I don't know. I can't recall why I am not remembering these things. It's open today, so we can go there and have a look. Then we can look down.
4 pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor.
Cool. Well then, let's take...
Those binoculars aren't going anywhere without a jackhammer.
Jackhammer. Nope, not in here. Alright, okay. I guess I will use them then. To look through and spot the things that I can spot. So I can, like, see... No? Alright. I was going to say, so I can see Crash. There we go. There's the exit. Not there either. Where did I leave Crash?
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer? Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
No, we can see all these
The
lovely
Pontalba
sights.
buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments. The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits. St. Louis Cathedral. The original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851.
No, so it's a new church, I see. It's not a good church at all. Binoculars, Presbyterian, Jackson Square. Oh, we can see Jackson Square and the fence from here. I didn't realise.
Jackson Square proper lies below.
Let's jump!
Gabriel can't do that with the square from here.
Not
A fancy wrought iron railing marks the end of the balcony. Gabriel can't do that with the railing.
I mean, yes he can. Can we walk to it? No, okay. Then we have to exit the map and then go downstairs and then talk to him. Hey, Crash! Hey, drummer.
A lone drummer beats out the haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Drummers everywhere.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
No. He said, not remembering. Do you want $20? No. Alright, Crash is no longer around here. Oh, I teleported. I actually want to... I can't... No, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, Jackson Square 1993 has shown over the 20th anniversary edition. Isn't that fun to see there? It looks kind of similar. The way that they were doing all those things. But yeah, that's not what I wanted. I was looking for the exit. Which I believe... Can you get to the exit from over here as well? No. It's only at the very bottom, which is... There we go.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Yeah, I'm immediately leaving again though.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Checking out all the
Goodbye,
drummers.
Mr. Knight.
Because I cannot recall what Crash is doing. I would be stupid to say, hey Crash, go to the police station, but anyway. There's no drummer there.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I've got $20.
I won't be able to bargain with just a $20 bill.
I mean, yes you will. That's the whole point of bargaining. That you bargain for something when you do not have the funds for it.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Capri Sankor!
I found out what Cabri Sankar means. How did you know about human sacrifice?
I never said them words, monsieur. You must have heard them from someone else.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
There's no such thing. Not around here.
Nah, it's not a secret. Everybody knows about it.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Don't talk like that around here, man.
Do you know anything about veves?
Like the ones in the voodoo rituals they do for the tourists?
Right.
They curiosities, no? This a curio shop.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Damballa is an African legend about a great serpent. Folklore, that's all.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Alright, well I got 20. We have $100 in our cash register. I am a happy man.
That would be rude.
To give him $20? What does this $20 tell you?
Does this mean anything to you?
Means you can buy a drink. You can exchange it for
Can't
goods
say
and
that it
services.
does.
Really? Alright, okay. Well... Hey, Gran. I got $20. Do you perhaps want to...
It's my
give it to
favorite
me?
grandson. How nice.
It's your only grandson.
Your only grandson,
Yeah, I was-
but nice try, Gran.
Hilarious. I went by the tomb. Did you put the vase there? Because I'd like to know who put the vase there.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Never mind.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Do you need any money, Gran?
Oh, no, thank you, dear. I'm fine.
Alright, okay. I'm going up to the attic then.
I'm gonna go up to the attic again.
Enjoy yourself, dear.
It's 4 o'clock for some reason. Still. Set it to 4 o'clock. With the angel at the top. I'm trying to turn the key.
Nothing happens.
No, alright, okay. I did it that way because it's 4 o'clock on the clock downstairs. And the angel was at the top of the tomb. I cannot recall. This is... Oh! Why can I not remember these things? I know I have played through Gabriel Knight before, because I know the broad strokes of the plot. Yeah? But can I remember this? No, I cannot. Can I remember what I've got to do now? I mean, I've got to make the bracelet with the thing. Be back. Bye.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
Remember that I love you, Gabriel.
Love you too, Gran.
No, I've forgotten it already, sorry.
Hey, kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much are you offering?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's
200,000.
painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace.
Not right now. I mean, I know with 120, then I could go and buy the mask, but... I guess not.
Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, honey. And soon.
Indeed. Oh... Silly. Alright, well, I came back here to double check on the newspaper. Maybe I should have sold it.
Time stated June 20.
Yeah, I know.
Gabriel decides to death.
Peachy.
Gabriel
We've already
lost.
seen At the Napoleon House. Yeah, contact Sam at the Napoleon House. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I know that. I know all about Sam and etc. Yeah, all right. Well, I cannot recall what we are going to do here, so and I think I should have got no other thing to load. So I'm going to save the game here, and we're going to St. George's Books on day 4 now, or are we on day? Yeah, day 4. We're on day 4. Yeah, that's right. And this is where we're going to end it for the day. We just swipe on over here, etc. The noises I usually make when I do that, and say thank you for having been here. Whether you were here live and in person, or later on the VOD, the fact that you spent any amount of time here with me means that I appreciate you. You're amazing. We will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow it will be more Horizon Forbidden West. He said, getting the name right. So yes, I hope you're around for that. I think we're going to complete it tomorrow, definitely, rather than all the faffing around I have been doing with all the stuff. I'm going to take on a Thunderjaw right at the beginning, and then go on and do the final mission. Although maybe I want to up my resistance first. Look, doesn't matter. Anyway, I hope you're here tomorrow for that. And we'll be back with this on Sunday. Between tomorrow, Wednesday, and Sunday, there will be Thursday, where I'll be streaming System Shock. Yes, we'll be doing more of that, trying to overcome the Citadel and Showdown. No stream on Friday, and then Saturday back with System Shock again. Yeah, 2 System Shocks in the week, and two Gabriel Knights, and 2 Horizon Forbidden West. So yes, I hope you're here with me for that. Whether you're here for me for that or not, all you need to know right now is that I have been Richard, and this was the around us. Why, that's been LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, Limited Time Offer No Vowels. And you have fun, stay weird, and did you know, this is a Picasso.